everybody.
Hello? Hello? Welcome
What's
to
up,
the trophy room?
Dewani and Dennis and Hida and Nisa and Cinderlou? Hello, everybody.
Oh my God, so many people here already. Hi, everyone. We're working down to the wire right now, making sure we're getting everybody's questions in. Uh, because I'm not good at my job anymore. So Kyle is gonna do most of the games right now, the
Because
guess the
we're
games.
we're
Why don't you
two
start the
weeks
work?
behind.
We're quite a
So
bit.
so we got a lot. So Chad, I'm gonna need you on this one.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, I'm going Viva Pinata. If you're not familiar with the way our pre-show works, we go to guess the.game on your internet browser of choice.
Sure.
They show a bunch of screenshots, so we have to try to guess the game. We're very good at this. Chat, you are very good at this. Let's keep the streak going of not actually losing, except for that one time. It's not Viva Pinata. Ooh, I know that clock. Metacritic score of 81%. Is it a Zelda? Has a Zelda ever gotten an 81? I feel like they're all
Oh,
in the
now you're
high
getting me
80s.
curious. Now you're getting me curious. Now I gotta look.
It does look Nintendo-y.
That looks Nintendo-y. That looks like a Kirby. If I had to put my finger on it, that looks like a Kirby.
Which Kirby, though?
Like an advanced version. Like an advanced game.
Let's just do Squeak Squad. Okay, it's not in Kirby. It's GameCube. It's not Zelda, because GameCube Zelda was what? Wind Waker? What is this? I think I'm gonna skip. I think I gotta skip. Action, diagonal down, puzzle elements. What in the hell? That looks like Alamar's nose over here a little bit, but it's not Pikmin.
Nisa says a Mario.
Which Mario though?
But this is like maybe now. Now I'm kind of thinking it's again. Look at me. I'm should have. I gotta get on these notes. I gotta get on these questions. What am I doing?
Maybe it is Zelda, but I thought Wind Waker was the only one on GameCube.
No,
And
wait.
then
This is a GameCube.
Tri-Action-
Dragon Quest. Type in a Dragon Quest.
But that's the thing. I don't know what Dragon Quest it would be, and I think Dragon Quest. I don't think there was a Dragon Quest on GameCube. I think it was primarily PlayStation, and no, that's wrong. I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna do another one. Oh, it's Bomberman. Good Lord Almighty. Which one though? Oh my God, there's so many Bombermans. Oh, jeez. Let's go Super Bomberman. Oh, no, that's not it. Uh-oh. Ryan in chat says, I'm here for the Megan Thee Stallion segment. I haven't given my okay on that one.
He gets it.
I mean, she's a very beautiful,
Salute.
attractive lady. I just don't know why we need to have a segment on Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh my God. Why couldn't we, dude? Just why couldn't we? Also, Meg, listen, I get to say Meg, we're, friends. Invitation on the show whenever you want. I know you're a big fan. Likewise.
Cinderella, is Generation the one
bit of
on
a fucking
GameCube?
degenerate.
Because this is our last shot here.
Do it.
Ryan, you can't overrule me. You can't.
We may have to overruled.
I'm gonna say Generations.
Caster.
We played a little fast and loose. We're a little rusty. We haven't done this for a few weeks.
It technically doesn't count because I'm not actually
If
participating.
Generation is wrong, I apologize. But there are way too many Bomberman games.
Yep.
Okay, it was Generation. Thank you, Cinderlou. Thank you. Okay, good. Oh, do they have a new version?
Dream. Where's it? Where is it?
Hey, you know what? Hold on. Let's just see what this one is real quick. Ah, it's only for premium members. That's how they get ya. That could
There
be
it
fun
is.
though. Hey Garrett, there's a new version, Joe, that's called Guess the Cover. I assume they do a cover art.
Ooh.
That could be fun, but that's
I
a
like that.
premium only.
I'm gonna shoot you a Zencaster.
Chat.
And
Be
I'm gonna
cool.
get OBS on my.
Chat,
Be cool, okay? Don't call the cops. Okay. Be cool.
You're not seeing. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave this on for just a sec. And then I'm gonna put this on. Look at me getting the show together, you know?
It's not. Oh my god, I can't even spell that. It's not folklore, but I'm guessing folklore. Okay, 91. Those are some gears. That's definitely.
Ooh, 91. It has gears.
That's definitely a
Gizmos.
hourglass. It looks like. Is this a Klonoa?
Do you think a Klonoa got a 92?
1,000,000%.
Okay.
No, okay. Oh, this is
Oh.
Crash.
Crash. God,
Oh,
man, the
which Crash?
scales were so low.
Hey, Crash are good. Crash games are good.
I'll let you believe whatever you need to believe.
How dare you, sir? The Crash Bandicoot games are fun. They're hard, but they're fun. Garrett says, I just got my second plat. Miles Morales, first with Spider-Man 2. Feels good. Hell yeah. Congrats.
Nice. Congratulations. Platinums feel good, but they're also a slippery slope, and they could be dangerous.
Are we thinking this is 2 or 3, Joe?
Let's do 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my faith in 2.
Nope, it's not 2, so it's gotta be 3 then.
All right. Now I remember, like, real talk. I was shitting on it, right? But like, I remember having fun as a kid with Crash. It just never was mine, like my thing, you know?
Sure. That was like the first game that I rented from Blockbuster with my PlayStation.
Yeah,
when you
those
could
are
rent
some
the
good
actual
memories.
system. That was fun.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, this is another Crab Treasure.
Look at us. Who would have thought?
Boom. Nailed it in one. Hell yeah. Maybe I'll go back at some point this year.
Can I tell you something? Like, between us? I love a good beef, but one of my favorite beefs is Rocco the Rock and Elmo. Because Rocco's just a rock, you know? Have you seen that? Have you seen that beef
No.
between Elmo and... Oh, I'm gonna show you so many TikToks
What?
now. You're gonna regret saying those words. How many TikToks I'm about to share you? Elmo gets upset because, like, I forget what, like Rocco's like some Muppet's new best friend. He's like, Rocco can't do this. Rocco's just a rock. And he gets real fucking pissed off about it. It's great. It's honestly, it's perfect.
What was that game this year?
Is it August?
Where you were like in the backgrounds, the back rooms, but it was for pools. Was it just called Pools?
Perhaps.
I typed that in and it's not here. So let's just do a back. Oh. The back rooms. You can't even search for the back rooms? Huh. Alright, let's get. Oh, cool. Yeah, just show me the ceiling of the same hallway. It's totally. Stingray says exit 8? No way. No way,
Yes,
Stingray. Hell yeah, dude.
That's right.
Exit. What is this game? What did it get? Critic was? No critic. Okay. Whew. Thank God for you. I would have zero idea. It's wild. Okay, streak's still going.
Oh yes.
Oh, carpool.
I'm about to
Okay,
participate.
gotcha.
Oh, so you cheated, Stingray. You cheated.
I'm going Outlast. Damn. A 60.
Love you, Stingray. Yes, sir. I love it. It's like, with pride, I did. With pride.
No, I don't think it's. Hi, Katie.
Katie.
I don't think this is. Yeah, I don't think this is Metal Gear because it's got 60. This down here has got me feeling like this is a Call of Duty.
Really? It kind of takes me as one of those, like a Life is Strange. Can we put Life is Strange 2?
Really?
Yeah, because Life is Strange 2, I remember, isn't good. It's very like much playing into like, oh, you remember Donald Trump's president?
This is definitely a Call of Duty. Those are guns.
Okay, I mean, as a cannon. Then put in put it. You know what? Put in Ghosts. Put in Call of Duty Ghosts. That is literally the worst one.
No. Huh.
No. Huh.
Ryan,
post-apocalyptic
first-person shooter on PS4, PC, Xbox One.
Post-apocalyptic. Could this be? This couldn't be.
Good day, NES Encyclopedia. How are you?
Hello.
Rage was not PS4. That was a PS3.
Right.
That's a good
Rage
guess,
2's too
though.
colorful.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say Fallout, but no.
4?
That truck. No, that truck's too.
Yeah, no.
PS4,
this
Xbox One.
Is this like some Tom Clancy bullshit? Is this one of the Daisy? Is this Daisy?
Maybe.
Does Daisy have a story with like named characters? I didn't think so.
Let's put Daisy in there. Let's just have fun.
I'm having a great time. No, it's not Daisy.
Detected. Wait, is this Zombie Sniper?
This is 29 Zombie Sniper?
Yeah, it's like, remember, guys, what's the... It's like, because it says Detected, level 1.
2019 is like, not that far away.
Post-apocalyptic.
It's not Zombie Sniper.
Zombie Army. There you go. There you go. Let's see.
Oh God, what's
that truck? I mean, Metro could do it, but like Metro is also like a.
No.
Ooh. Taeon.
No, it's not Metro.
This couldn't be Dying Light.
Absolutely not. Mm-mm.
You don't think so?
No. Dying Light's way faster. And you're not using guns. It's more like melee. What is this game?
Taeon FA.
A Spider Scout.
Yeah, right. That's Techland. Yeah.
You shot a Spider Scout.
Sometimes you gotta shoot Spider Scouts.
Oh. Is this Homefront Revolution?
Ooh, you know what? Let's just do it.
But
if we're wrong,
if we do it, we're wrong, though.
No, well, here's the thing. Here's what I've learned. If we're wrong, it's rigged, and it was rigged from the start. And that's not on us. That's on the game that cheated.
I know it's a THQ. You know what? Let's go for it.
Go for it.
Be one with God. Oh, Terminator Resistance.
Oh wow. What? I don't know how I feel about that because it's also on PS5 and Xbox Series. So I feel like they cheated. I feel like this is a lie. I think this was rigged from the start, guys. This was rigged from the start.
Boo. Yeah. There was nothing Terminator in any of those screenshots, by the way. That was terrible.
Yeah. Also, I got everything in order. Let's do 4 more, and then let's get this show a-going.
Okay.
Because I'm on a time limit tonight.
Why are you on a time limit?
Because last time I got this done at 1 a.m.
Oh.
Okay, well, let me see. What do we got here? Let's take a look.
I skipped the first one because it was literally dirt and weeds. So
This is no help.
84. This is Rise of
Assassin's
Ronin.
Creed Black Flag.
Okay. Hey, look at you. Well done, Joe. Well done.
Wow. Oh my God. Look at that. Wow. Wow. Mega Man.
The OG Mega Man?
Let's do Mega Man 2.
It's not Mega Man.
What if I fucking got that?
Oh.
What?
Is this Turtles? Is this...
Yep. I mean,
No, damn.
NES.
Oh, I'm just gonna keep saying that until I get it right.
Oh.
This is River City Ransom?
Oh.
Hey!
Wow. Look at you.
There we go.
Look at you.
Good game. Quality game.
People say it could have been done, but here you are doing the damn thing. Okay. Could this be like the Stanley Parable or
It could. I don't
what's
remember
like
any...
that superliminal?
Oh, Superliminal. I like that. I like that more than Stanley Parable.
Oh,
I like that guess.
damn. That was
Ooh, Party Animals is a great guess, Katie. It has those colors.
I like that.
I like that guess.
What's
Nice,
that coming?
Katie!
Ooh. Don't
Well
tell us you were on
done.
carpool. Don't tell us you were cheating, and that's how you got it, Stingray. This man, no shame. I love it.
Wait, does Carpool do this now too?
You know what? They're just copying us, and listen.
I don't know.
Everybody loves a
that.
good cheap imitation, you know.
Let's go Fighting Force. It's not Fighting Force,
Fighting
but let's go
Force?
Fighting
Let's do
Force. No.
Custom RC X mods 92.
But hold on, Radio Shack. So they had Radio Shack money.
Fuck me. Remember the Shack? I used to work at Shack for like a
Dewani
month
says
and then
Die
it
Hard.
closed. You
Let's go
think
Die
so?
Hard. Let's go Die Hard. No, damn. PC, PS2, Xbox, GameCube.
Okay, hear me out. Need for Speed.
It's
Because this
definitely a
is
racer.
100%. This is
It's definitely a
100% a
racer.
racing game.
Which Need for Speed?
It can't be Underground. Let's just give it a go.
Nice.
Oh, Need for Speed Underground PSP, I believe. That was you. That was the go.
All right.
Two more.
Oh no, let's skip.
Uh,
76.
what I learned at boating school is
I got nothing.
forgot to say that we're live on Discord.
I'm skipping again. I got nothing. What the hell are we doing here? PS4 with this? What? You've got to be joshing me, right? No, it's not. It wouldn't be Skyrim
Couldn't be
because they would list
Skyrim,
all the
that's-
other platforms
Right.
that's on.
It couldn't be like The Witcher because that game's beautiful.
I'm skipping again.
Okay.
Fuck.
Fucking no help. good job on
you know
them.
what?
'Cause this.
Let's go with that one, Hida. Let's go
What?
Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Oh, okay.
Let's just see. That's not a bad guess. Oh, Hida coming in clutch.
Wow.
Hell yeah, Hida.
Let's go.
Well done.
Oh my god.
All right.
Okay. Fatal Frame.
I don't hit it. I don't hit it. Oh,
85?
This is Buckshot Roulette.
Okay.
Boom. So this year game, it was very big on Twitch. It's
Okay.
Russian roulette. It's similar to like Inscription.
Yeah.
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 One more. That was quick.
Okay.
And we're almost caught up then.
All right. Fair enough.
Next week we'll be able to do all the other ones.
Hey Kyle, can I just tell you something that I that I shouldn't say right here, right now, in front of everybody, but it's in my chest and I feel like I need to let it out.
Sure.
Every time I look at Melanie Mack, I'm like, I could fix her. I can't. We just end up getting divorced. All right.
Oh no.
See, what is this? What is this?
See all this the black blob up here, Joe?
Yeah.
This is the evil coming into your soul after that last comment. I got nothing. I'm
Listen.
skipping. I got nothing.
Okay.
Oh boy, one of these.
Command and Conquer. Sorry, Ryan. I'm sorry. I know she seems like a real so and so, but
It is in the universe.
it is a Command and Conquer. Oh my God. Is it okay? Command and Conquer 2. What up, level 1? What's going on, everybody there? How was your show? Let me know.
Yeah, was it good?
How was it?
Was it great?
Was it good? Great? Because you guys only deserve the best.
Exactly. You're wonderful individuals, and you deserve
right.
it all.
That's right.
Red alert? Yeah.
Yes. Oh, look at us.
Sweet.
All right. Okay, I'm ready to start the show, Kyle. I got the creative juices flowing. Let's do it.
All right, chat. Hold on a second. Things are gonna look weird. Are we on the? Oh, dang it!
What
Gotta
happened?
fix the cameras.
Oh, you broke it. It's okay. That gives me time to make sure I got all this correct. Woo.
'Cause
Man, I
God
do.
forbid, Ron Popeil back in the day when I was little and I was sick and I was watching late night infomercials, like set it and forget it, right? With this little chicken
Yeah.
cooker, like that's not true, Ron. You've left me up for a life full of disappointment because I've set this a
So
million
much.
times. I've forgotten about it, and I have to fix it all
I
the time.
gotta pop out the chat so it comes correct. Community, pop out chat. Yeah, like that. I can.
There's too much space on this side. Ooh, Owen's
All right.
home.
Ooh, where's he been?
He went out with his mom
Oh, that's nice.
to go door dashing.
He's a little delivery man.
Yep. Listen, if there's any fries missing, that's him. So don't call DoorDash because it's not a problem they're gonna be able to fix.
Mm-mm.
Excuse me, ma'am. Every order you delivered tonight has been missing roughly 32 fries. Do you have anything you want to say about that?
What I would do, I would act like he's a little like marionette, and I'd marionette him by string, and then he rings the doorbell, and he, Mister, I'm your Mr. DoorDash man, and then you
You know what
marionette him back.
his new favorite saying is now?
What's that?
Whenever he comes down here, because he's been down here a lot this week, he goes, hey, Kai, I've got an idea. And I go, what's the idea, Owen? He goes, hey, why don't we do something? And that's just literally all it is.
It's the cutest thing ever.
He's really great. He's really, really great.
That's similar to like one of the clients. He always comes up to me, and like it could be like the 4th or 5th, 7th time. He'll just stare at me. And I'm like, hey, what's up? And he'd be like, what are we doing today? I'm like,
Thanks,
"Working it out."
Dewani. Appreciate it.
Yeah. What did Dewani do?
Since
Were we
great
gonna have to
haircut,
fight?
Kyle. Looking good.
Yeah, man, you're looking sharp. I like
Thanks,
it.
bud. I had a showcase
Nice
to
little
film.
fade. Yeah.
All right.
Jealous of that hairline, son of a bitch.
All right, chat. We will see you in exactly 16 seconds.
Great, no longer greatness has arrived. Welcome to episode 388 of The Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players. I'm your host, Joseph, aka Mr. Badbit, and it is here where me and my best friend Kyle talk about the latest, the greatest in all things PlayStation. Of course, this week we revisit the WB games being sold discussion. Game Informer shuts down. PS5 sales are stagnating. Another talented former PlayStation studio shuts down, and so much more as we do it live each and every single Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on youtube.com/PS Trophy Room and audio services the very next day after. Alongside me, the greatest co-host who ever is, whoever will be, Mr. Kyle Stevenson. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well.
Yeah?
Halfway through my week of PTO, I could already wish I had more. I can already feel that coming on. It's
How
been
you
a
feeling?
busy week.
It's nice?
Yeah, it's good. It's been busy though. It's not like
Yeah.
I've had a whole lot of time to relax.
Yeah. I hate when those things happen.
Yeah, like
That happened to me last week.
This past weekend, I went to the city both days, Saturday and Sunday. Sunday was for filming, and obviously it was the hottest weekend of the summer. It was brutal. Saturday we went to a bar to watch SummerSlam, which was a ton of fun.
Nice.
But I didn't get home till 2:40 in the
Worth
morning,
it.
and then I had to wake up at 6 to go back to the city to film. Yeah, and then
damn.
today I brought the girls to go see Inside Out 2. Which is great. They, like,
It is a good film. I'm not gonna lie to
I
you.
feel like therapists need to show that to help people deal with anxiety, because they freaking nailed it of like what it feels like when you have an attack and
All the time.
what I imagine is happening in my brain.
Mhm.
Like, man, they Inside Out 1 and 2, the smartest people working on those. I don't know how they conveyed those messages and put it into animation form. It like blows my mind.
And honestly, I just watched them like 2 weeks ago when the movie came out. And let me tell you, like both of them for the first time.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I'm like, this is actually like a great movie.
Yeah.
Like, these are two great movies.
Mhm.
Like, man, I miss when Pixar was like hitting like on this level constantly. But
Yeah.
it's good to see them back at it.
Absolutely.
Of course, saw that Deadpool and Wolverine. You did too?
Mm-hmm.
Me 2 times. I'm trying to watch it a third.
Ooh, I'm
Like-
like make a name for myself.
Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself. Just I've been having a good time like at the movies. Like I'm still trying to catch a glimpse of Longlegs before it gets out of
Oh, yeah.
theaters. I think I'm gonna try tomorrow, but
Oh,
we'll see.
do you know? Because I was there today. Do you know? I think it's August 28th. I think that's the right day. Everyone in chat or in the comments, let us know if we're wrong. Tweet at me. That's fine. They're bringing back the Batman to theaters.
Yes, and then there's like a little
There's
snippet
a
of
penguin,
the penguin.
snippet. Oh my god, I'm going back. I'm going back.
Oh my god, he's so good. That movie has
I was thinking,
right
like,
to be
man,
so
I
good.
could really rewatch this because I haven't watched it since I saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
But now that I know it's coming back to theaters, I think I might just have to hold off and wait.
So I know we're going to talk about WB in a sec, and things aren't looking good over there. But man, oh man, when they don't try to make their own universe, and they're like, "Here's just really good stories within these mythos," incredible. Like every Batman movie, every modern Batman movie has been good. There has not been a bad Batman movie.
Everyone, even Rises, everybody, chill
Yeah.
out. They're all been good.
They're all good. I equate the Nolan Batman to actually Back to the Future, where it's like 1 and 2 are phenomenal.
Yes.
And then 3, people trash 3, but it's still a great
It's still
movie. It's just
quality,
not
yeah.
as great.
If
as
you
the
were gonna
other
give
ones.
them letter A's, it'd be like a B plus. It's
Yeah.
still very good. It had such a tough thing to try to reach
Exactly.
after it begins in Dark Knight. Like,
But here's the thing. I want to get to a question that disturbed me when I saw you tweet this out. And I know you're on the right side of history. I pray to God you're on the right side of history. You tweeted this out August 5th. My friends and all pizza places around the world, help me settle a debate with my parents. Is chicken a valid option for a pizza topping?
yeah.
Now, a whopping 81% on the right side of history. A scary amount, 17.1%.
I was a little
say
shocked
no.
at that too. So the reason why this came up, because we were in the pool, right?
Okay.
It was Monday. I was in the pool finally. Um, and the twins and I, we were playing a game called Categories, where we pick a category and then the other person has to swim, tag you, and give you your guess of what you're thinking of.
Yeah.
And the category was pizza toppings, and I was thinking of chicken. And my parents were also in the pool, and they were chilling out while we were playing the game. And then when they finally gave up and I said chicken, my mom goes, "That's not a topping. No one gets chicken on pizza. That's like chicken parm pizza, but that's a style of pizza. It's not a topping." I'm like, I'm like joking, like, those like not serious, like yelling fights that people have. That's kind of what this was. I was like, Mom, if I open the Domino's app right now, I will show you premium chicken is a valid option to add to your pizza.
Absolutely.
It's not one that I get pretty much ever, but I know that chicken you can add to a pizza. And she's like, "Oh no, it's not. You're ridiculous. It's chicken parm. It's a style. It's not a topping." I was like, what? I'm gonna ask
style.
I'm gonna ask my internet friends.
Yeah.
And hopefully a pizza chain will hop in and say something. And I told her, I showed her the results. Like, well, and every single time I would check in with her, like the percentage went down like 1 or 2 points. And every single time she's like, "Oh, but it's going down. It's going down." I'm like,
no,
sure,
Chicago's a style. Detroit's a style. Well, in Chicago, like that is like we're pushing it of what pizza is.
Yeah.
But then you got New York style, like bars. No, that's a style. Chicken's a topping.
Yeah.
You have chicken bacon ranch.
Sure.
You got barbecue buffalo chicken toppings?
Yeah,
like
chicken parm pizzas. It's a slice that she would get all the time at the pizza place.
Yeah. If you're at a bar and you're wanting like a nice thin bar pizza, chicken bacon ranch is probably your go-to.
Sure.
I'm not going to Italy and ordering it, but like I'm going to I'm again like.
But I'm with you.
I'm going to the bar.
I think what was it? 16% of people said no.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here?
The education system in this country is failing, and that's proof.
Again, I didn't say you get it on your pizza.
Right.
I'm just saying it's an option for people.
It's like people that order anchovies on their pizza.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that to anyone.
No.
Because I'm a good person.
Because I love people.
Exactly. But it's there. You can have and that is truthfully the worst. Here's one for the listener at home. I truly want to know this. Go into the Discord, tweet at us wherever you can. I want to know the answer to this. What is the worst topping? Actually, maybe Kyle even tweet this out. What is the worst topping of pizza? Is it anchovies or is it pineapple?
Oh, you're forgetting. I think pineapple is more acceptable. This is me talking.
Right.
Over olives. I can't stand olives.
Oh man, no. I don't know. I feel like if we start accepting pineapple on, I'll gladly. I can take black olives on a pizza. I cannot take pineapple on pizza.
Dewani and Chess says anchovies on a Supreme pizza is good. Katie's like pineapple hands down. What is happening?
What is going on, guys? You need to leave.
What is happening?
What is wrong?
What kind of community have we built here, Joe?
I don't know.
That we're pro anchovies.
This is truly awful. Someone's gonna come and go. The worst toppings, pepperonis. Like, get out of here.
I will
get out of here.
Myself.
All right, Kyle. Listen, we got a lot to talk about this week.
No, the other joking one would be like instead of like someone coming and say pepperoni, like the worst topping is cheese. Like, get out of here.
I just want the robust sauce.
I just want a saucy bread. That's all I want.
Oh God, you people!
You know those people exist too.
Yeah. Also, again, I'm like, if you're gonna have fake cheese, like vegan cheese on pizza, don't have pizza. How about that? There you go. All right, Kyle. It's time to get into a little bit of housekeeping. Of course, trophy merch down below in the description, and also our Buy the Players pitch by our good friend Drellish. Trophy Room Gamers, get ready for an astrobolical October. Attention all PlayStation enthusiasts. Buy the Players is gearing up for an all of this world gaming experience this October with Astrobot. This charming platformer is set to take center stage in our upcoming community event. Don't miss out on the fun. The deadline to sign up for this cosmic adventure is August 31st. Whether you're a seasoned trophy hunter or new to the PS5, Astrobot offers a delightful journey with many new gadgets and features. Join us as we explore the whimsical world of Astrobot, including the exciting and diverse levels across various galaxies, share our favorite moments, trophy hunting strategies, or anything that delighted our hearts that made us smile. Remember, space in our community event is limited, so blast off to our sign up page before August 31st deadline on our Buy the Players Discord page. Tune in to Buy the Players for more details, and if you have any questions, reach out to Drellish or Marcus O'Neill. We will help you in the PlayStation Galaxy this October. And then he put, "Wee," and I think that's just whimsical. I love it.
Really
Astrobot
quickly,
this October. Very excited.
I'm very, very excited. Robert in chat says, going back to our pizza talk, I grew up with a kid that couldn't handle tomato sauce on pizza, so we had to get just bread and cheese. He would do spaghetti with red sauce, but not pizza. Listen, I may be one of those people when I order Domino's get light sauce. Okay? I prefer more cheese than sauce.
Well, that's because I don't think you've had good pizza, but fair.
What?
A pizza is defined by its sauce.
I am a New Yorker. What are you talking about?
I know, and a Staten Islander. We're cutting corners when he's a New Yorker.
I am not on Staten Island. Where do you think I live?
Staten Island. I think you live on the island, don't you?
I live on Long Island.
Yeah, isn't that the same
island.
thing? No way.
Wait a second, Joe. Wait a second.
I don't believe this.
When I go into the city, it takes me 2 hours to get from Staten Island to Penn Station? No, I live all the way out east on Long Island.
I am 32 years old.
Jesus Christ.
I thought they were just they just called them two different names. Like I thought it's part of you're literally blowing my mind right now. I legit thought Staten Island part of Long Island, part of this strip.
I feel like when I met you, and I feel like I've said this on the show, when people ask where I live, on Long Island, I say I live in the crotch of Long Island, where the forks split. I live right there in the middle.
Yeah, here I am.
2 hours away.
Here I am thinking it's the same thing. I could not be more embarrassed. I really wish I didn't say any of that.
Oh, somebody clip it, please, or tell me a time code. That's going on Twitter as well.
Oh, no. All right, here's time for our Patreon pitch. Of course, the reason why we look so great, sound so good, is because of your generosity over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. So if you ever got through a long car ride, a tough day at work, $1 a month really does keep the lights on, and maybe it'll make me afford a map so I can name things better. I want to thank our newest members, Dorman96 at the bronze tier. I want to thank our premium producers, Todd Burwitz and Toxic. I want to thank our platinum members, JC, Jedi Master Ren, Cowboy Danger D, Jonas Young, The Green Gorilla Gamer, Chaotic Monkey, Ryuko Kill 90, Steven Flesh, Strubles and Bits, Bertos Maximus, Chris, Hybrid 748, Matt Valdez, Silk Cannet, Decimine, Mitchell Gramling, and Mike Thomas. I want to thank our gold members, Cypher Primus, Doth, Simon the Pie Man, Jesse Garcia, JB the Purple Monkey, Hayden Doyce, Katie, Kevin Mitchell, Kevin Diaz, Marcus O'Neill, Red Arrow, Aegis Hermit, Androsaur, Astronaut Jr., The Winter Gamer, Stingray X, Robbie Bobby Miller himself, Brenton Zachary, Final Fan XZ, Hambone, JD Dillinger, Stone Cold, E.T., Tino Sixspeed, N. Johnson, Sean McKenzie, Rick Arrington, Matthew King, the Overlord, Dewane Roxa, Drellish, Rick Davis, Steph Midler, Samuel Nestling, Maximum Carnage, Solo, Big G, and the Lord Commander Suddy. Thank you all so very much. And Kyle, humble brag on that, had some bad indigestion. I've been having some bad heartburn. That all happened while I was reading off the names. And I could be more proud of myself because I really feel like I nailed it, but my esophagus is dying. With all that said, with all that out of the way, it's time Just square up the news.
Please give me 1 second. I'm letting everyone know on Twitter that you thought Staten Island and Long Island were the same thing.
Oh man, I don't like that. I don't like it. It's gonna be clipped. It's gonna be put out there. I should have just feigned ignorance. I should have been like, "Oh, I'm
yeah,
cutting out."
And Nisa, thank you for being a channel member. That's a good chat. We should add those
Yes.
to the beginning for next week.
Nisa, I shall remember that. And honestly, we're working on some like stuff behind the scenes, maybe for September, that are pretty cool like that. So, thank you for reminding me.
Zarmina
And
Khan.
also, hi, Bassy in chat. Hey. Hi back at you.
What
Sorry,
up?
go for it, Kyle.
Zarmina Khan over at PS Lifestyle writes, Warner Brothers considering selling stake in WB Games. A report. WB Games acquisition rumors have resurfaced after Financial Times published a fresh report claiming that Warner Brothers Discovery is looking to offload some of its smaller divisions. The latest report suggests that WB is considering selling a stake in the games division, which houses some of the biggest IPs in gaming, including Batman, Mortal Kombat, and Harry Potter. According to FT, WB is making a valiant effort. Financial Times. That threw me for a loop. According to Financial Times, WB is making a valiant effort to prevent a company breakup after its stock price took a massive hit of 70%. Instead, CEO David Zaslav and CFO Gunnar Wiedenfels are looking to, quote, offload smaller assets, end quote. The report claims that one of the options being considered is selling a stake in WB Games and selling Polish broadcaster TVN. No further details were provided, and it's unclear how big of a stake WB might be looking to sell. This isn't the first time the topic of a potential sale of WB Games has come up, although this time it seems that WB isn't looking to sell the division entirely. Back in 2020, there were reports that publisher Electronic Arts was interested in acquiring WB Games, then referred to as WB Interactive Entertainment. The rumblings continued over the years, with names like Sony and Microsoft thrown into the mix as potential buyers.
Oh man, where it's acquisition season. Nothing bad happens after the season passes. We just talked about last week, and we're gonna get into it as we talk deeper into the show about in the beginning, acquisition season sounds fun, right? It's like, the possibilities of what could be, and then what is actuality. It's not great. It's a whole lot of people losing their jobs. It's a whole lot of turnover, and from the Bungie acquisition, mismanagement. So when I see this news, part of me is very bummed out and not wanting this to happen, because we have seen from acquisitions previous, the consumer really gains almost no benefit out of this. We gain almost no benefit out of this. That being said,
some honestly might say that it's like a negative for the consumer. Because prices will go up.
Mm-hmm. So that said, Warner Brothers Discovery, I'm reading this from Discussing Film, Warner Brothers Discovery revealed that its TV networks are worth $9.1 billion with a B, less than they originally thought. This means they've had a net loss of $10 billion in Q2 2024. Everybody's talking about the death of Warner Brothers. And this has been happening for, I feel like, years now. This has been a really rocky boat, and it just seems like the water keeps on coming up, and they're not even trying to plug the holes. They're just trying to pretend that the holes don't exist. So seeing this news, it sadly makes sense to me that they're trying to find someone else to shepherd these studios, because as we've seen, games are incredibly risky. They're very expensive, and for the likes of Suicide Squad, they could cost the company hundreds of millions of dollars. So I definitely see this happening. I want to throw this over to you. Do you think they're going to parcel these developers to, different, publishers, or do you think they're going to try to find a whole state buyer, a stake buyer in this division itself? Who do you think, or whose do you see picking the pieces up?
I do not think that Discovery views WB Games in such an important way to parcel it up, and seeing as how they are referring to them as a smaller asset, which, to be fair, to be fair, they are, even though they're still kind of massive in the game space. I think they're just gonna bundle it all and have a good day, and whoever buys it buys it. There's just so many IP there. Also, like, what happens with the IP? Like,
Right.
yeah, are you just buying the studios right out, or are you still gonna have to work with WB to make sure you can use the IP whenever you want? Like, it's an interesting take. Granted, I don't want to see them get bought up by one singular thing. I think it'd be cool if every studio gets parceled up.
Yeah.
I just don't think they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
But
It's interesting. My memory goes back to when WB was originally thinking about selling off their games division and Microsoft being interested, but then if memory serves right, and someone in the comments let me know, the reason why they pulled away from said deal was because they couldn't get the IP rights. That a lot of people were interested in their studios, but it had to have the IP attached, and they were just not willing to let those things go. So they would need, and I love what Hero Down Under says, they need to sell the studios in a long-term licensing agreement. And I think
Agreed.
that is
Yep.
the only way this makes sense. Is like, if a Microsoft comes in going, hey, we'll buy Rocksteady, but we also need the license to Batman, and it better be a beautiful license. Right? Like,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
that's the only way. Because look, you can get, in truth, and Microsoft technically already has this, they've made a deal with the former Rocksteady heads of that studio to go ahead and make a game for Xbox. So like, you could scalp these people from their positions and go and build a studio from the ground up. You're seeing that in real time right now. What's truly important with these deals is making sure that you have the IP as well. So to me, I'm not going to try to legalese, of a deal that would make sense, because that's a little bit out of my orbit. But I think that lends more for them to sell the studios piece by piece rather than find a wholesaler. Because, like, for example, I think NetherRealm would be incredibly important to PlayStation.
Absolutely. Now that they own Evo, absolutely.
Exactly. That's a studio you want to pick up. And I was kind of thinking about this too when making it, when writing this question. It's like, how awesome would it be to have NetherRealm make Marvel vs. Capcom? Because, like, to me, I feel like it's either you sell these studios piece by piece, or the only logical buyer that would buy these things outright and then lend their IP to these studios is Disney. And Disney's been looking to get into games in a more deeper way. At least that's what they were debating about a year ago. That's when they were thinking about buying EA. So I think if anyone's the buyer to do this type of deal, it's Disney, if they're going to buy it outright. But I want to know what you think. Do you think, again, if there is a wholesale buyer, who do you think that is realistically? Who would you like it to be?
Man, Owen is jumping around, making a lot of noise. So apologies, audio listeners, if you hear some banging.
What are we doing?
He's having a great old time. He's being a kid.
No, I mean, like, what do you? Sorry, that was a pre-show joke. What are we doing today?
Oh yeah, what are we doing today? Hey, I got an idea. Hey, what do you want to do? Hey, let's do something. That's what he says now. He just says, "Hey, let's do something," but doesn't give me an answer. That's all he says.
Cute son of a gun.
Man, I don't know if I have, like, I mean, right off the gate, and this is no shade whatsoever towards Microsoft. I don't want Microsoft getting them. They already have too much. Granted, they have all the money in the world, though, but I just selfishly, I don't want them to get it, because I don't want to go through another cycle of, are these games exclusive? Are these games ever coming to PlayStation? It just reignites everything that we spent the last 3-4 years at this point. I don't have it in me anymore. Man, I don't know. I think you're right. Maybe like an outside thing like Disney or
Yeah.
Amazon or something along those lines. I don't know if Sony would be in on all of them, but if they
Yeah.
do parcel it out, I think they should make a strong play to NetherRealm. Because imagine if we get a Mortal Kombat version of PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale, and it's a NetherRealm fighting game
Yes.
with PlayStation characters in it. That
Yeah.
would kick so much ass.
And to me, it wouldn't feel right if like NetherRealm isn't working on Mortal Kombat and whoever would have to, because like that IP is too important to whoever like holds it.
Well,
So like
think of their other IP.
Right.
It's DC, which is WB. Like it's
right.
what are we doing?
But like whoever would pick up Mortal Kombat that's not NetherRealm, it's like no one's gonna trust them.
It'll be an inferior product.
Exactly. So to me, it's like the IP is important. It's also, having it be attached to the studio is just detrimental to not just the studio's success, but also the IP success. So like, yeah, I think Hero Down Under, and you are correct. Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, or Disney, those are the four the four ones that can do it. I don't think Microsoft, they're still doing whatever they're doing with ABK at the moment, doing their dance. Apple makes sense, but even they are backing away from like TV and stuff. Like they just announced, hey, what we do in a month, Netflix does in a day in terms of traffic. So like even they're stopping the spend on so many shows. It seems like they're winding down too. I mean, Amazon has more money than God. That kind of makes sense. But even some of their gaming things like Twitch just aren't giving them the money that they want at this point in time. So to me, I do think the only logical step to me, if you're going to try to find a wholesaler or seller, is going to be Disney World. It's going to be Walt himself. They got to unfreeze him just for this event.
Yeah.
That said,
Mm-hmm.
Decimine writes, if WB Games is indeed sold, do you think we're finally going to see studios stop focusing so much on live service games and on more games like Hogwarts Legacy? Nothing would make me happier seeing Rocksteady doing what they do best instead of the mess that is Suicide Squad. Oh.
Yes. I 1,000,000,000% think that this is, if they do get sold, it will be back to single player with maybe a multiplayer components here and there, but not focused on a live service element. We're at this point where everyone is doing one and they're not all being you can't sustain them all. And Rocksteady just makes good single player stuff. Like, could you imagine a single player Suicide Squad game?
Oh yeah.
Like a focused like level, like not having to worry about traversing everywhere and just tell a good Rocksteady story. I live for that. I can't wait for them to hopefully get back to that point.
Yeah, and I think with like someone like Disney, again, you could be like, okay, instead of Suicide Squad, it's Guardians of the Galaxy, or like instead of like multiverses, it's like the Disney verse, right? And like there's so many things that you can reuse, maybe some of the assets or animation, whatever have you.
Well, not Guardians, because what Crystal Dynamics has that, right?
You could redo it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So like that, not that I didn't like Guardians of the Galaxy. It's literally one of my favorite superhero games.
Oh my god!
But like.
Excellent.
Incredible. So yeah, no, like you can just kind of workshop a lot of those aspects in, so I think that would work. It's just does Disney want to make such a risk by getting into a market that maybe they don't fully yet understand? But like I would love to see Portkey Games make a Star Wars game. Because they understood the assignment with how to make a really good wizard game.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, let's go. Let's do it. Make me a Jedi.
They're a super talented studio. Don't make me. Don't think that I'm just not talking about them because of the Harry Potter J.K. Rowling of it all. It's like Portkey. They made a great game. I think Hogwarts is fantastically realized in that game. It's like a dream to see that in that way, and they are definitely skilled, but I would love for them to. And it's kind of hard to say this because the name of the studio is directly tied to Harry Potter,
Mhm.
so that is definitely like
They'll
that has
have
to
to
go with
rename.
the IP. Or yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Like there's,
yeah.
but like that's the interesting thing too, right? Like we're getting that Quidditch game this year. So like what
Yeah.
WB, what are we doing? I don't know.
Dude, that leadership is so boinked. I was gonna cuss, but it's so boinked that it just
I'll
doesn't.
say it. They are fucked. They don't know what they're doing.
They truly are. They're too busy giving the CEO dumb amounts of money to destroy the company in real time, and it's just wild to see.
Yeah.
It truly is wild to see. It's that some of the dumbest people. It truly shows some of the dumbest people. There is like truth in like failing to the top, and
Hmm.
they truly are it. But yeah, again, it it's not like we're cheering for it to happen. You know what I'm saying? My hope is that they find a suitor that is good to them. But I definitely have been seeing the writing on the walls. Nothing's working for them right now, and
I just
they're
it,
just hemorrhaging.
it's weird for you to say like we're not rooting for them, but like in a small way, I am kind of hoping to get away from that because I feel like their game they'll be freer to do what they want with their games.
I mean, perhaps.
Because like I'm also just thinking of like the older Mortal Kombat games where
Right.
you can unlock all the costumes in a crypt.
Right.
Now it's all buying coins to unlock a chest at a chance to getting a certain thing. Like
Yeah, but like to me, it's also like the devil you know versus the devil you don't. Because we
one
talk
million
about these
percent.
who
I
it
gotcha.
could be, and then who knows? Next day it's Embracer coming
Oh
in,
God.
knocking on the doors, go get to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
No.
you don't
No.
want
For
that.
sure. For sure. Absolutely.
All right, Kyle. Let's get to the next bit of. Now we're getting to the depressing sad news.
God, this one sucks.
This one hurts my soul.
Just really quickly, shout out to Alex Van Aken, friend of the show, been on the show.
Yeah.
We love you, buddy.
Love
Morgan
you.
Park over at PC Gamer writes, "Our 33-year legacy deserves a genuine goodbye. Game Informer staff tweets one last goodbye after all of their work was deleted. Then GameStop nukes the account from orbit." Last week, GameStop abruptly shut down its long-running gaming magazine, Game Informer. The staff was blindsided by the news when they got to work on Friday morning. All 13 employees were laid off on the spot, and the next magazine issue, which was nearly complete, will not be finished. GameStop announced the shutdown of the official Game Informer Twitter account with a goodbye statement thanking readers for being a part of its quote-unquote epic quest. Game Informer staff suggested they had nothing to do with the brief, cringy statement that reads like ChatGPT output. Soon after, they were alarmed to find that the entire Game Informer website had disappeared. Years and years of articles had been replaced with the same GameStop statement. This morning, the Game Informer Twitter account went active again. This time, a former Game Informer staffer seemingly took the reins one last time to share a proper farewell. Quote, "Our 33-year legacy deserves a genuine goodbye." Written by a former Game Informer member. "We're heartbroken by the shutdown of our publication, yet we leave with pride knowing we poured everything we had into it. In the words of our editor-in-chief, be well, play well." End quote. Attached to the post were images of the Game Informer masthead as of the magazine's closure. A lean staff of 13 helming what was once one of the most popular publications in the United States. As noticed by Destructoid's Eric Van Allen, soon after the post was published, both it and the entire Game Informer Twitter account disappeared. The Game Informer Twitter account no longer exists, just like the website. It seems GameStop didn't appreciate Game Informer wanting to go out on its own terms. While GameStop continues its course of erasing Game Informer's footprint from the internet, former Game Informer staff at the independent publication MinMax are planning a celebration of the publication's legacy with a series of videos and podcasts.
Man, this sucks. I think this is the first like true layoff that has affected me, like on a personal level. It's not like just because we know folks that work there and they're extremely
Yeah, they're
extremely
all
talented.
super talented.
And it's only 12 people that do everything there, which
Yeah,
is 13, mind-boggling. A
Yeah.
baker's goddamn dozen is just putting out some of the best content and coverage in games
Mhm.
and gone. but it hurts on a deeper level to me, or a more personal level, because I don't know about you, Kyle, but like Game Informer has been around literally since I was born.
Yeah.
It's always been there, and now suddenly it's gone. And like I remember getting Game Informers in the mail, and like I'm a dumb kid who's dyslexic, so I'm mostly looking at pictures. But like there's some dope pictures there. You know what I mean? The
Mhm.
things that catch my eye, then I dig deeper into and discover new games that I normally wouldn't have given a chance to. Walking into GameStops and like swiping one of the magazines and like just I don't know, man. There's something special about seeing the cover of a Game Informer. Like they're just so damn iconic. And
Yeah.
now it's just poof, gone.
Gone. And not like it was a while since I last received a physical issue just because they went online only for a little bit there. But then it was like 2 months ago. They're like, hey, subscribe now. We're going to do the full print magazine again. And I bought that thing so quickly.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that I have 2 issues, the last 2 issues of Game Informer.
Abby chewed the last one for me.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it came back. I'm glad that team of 13 did what they did because those magazines were incredible. This newest run, it's just like you said, like working at GameStop when we were younger and having just a stack of them there. Like you become a member and you just hand somebody a magazine, and knowing that they're gonna be that kid on the car ride home is looking through that magazine and discovering all these really cool games.
Yep.
Like they were the go-to along with like GamePro, and for me personally like PSM, which was one of my favorite magazines back in the day. That's how you would discover new games and what games were coming out. Like before YouTube was a thing and trailers were readily available. And to think such a massive, important outlet to the industry we love so much is now gone. Not only just gone like name wise, everything is like unable to be found anymore because they decided to just shut everything off, which is kind of like to bring up an older argument that is tangentially related. It's like the physical media debate. Why I collect physical media, because one day who's going to say that they're just going to get rid of everything digital? And like we're seeing here, like all their hard work, all the articles, every single part of the April Fool's episode of Game and Farcer, which was fantastic, all of that gone from the website. Unless you have the physical magazine. It's just, what a shitty thing to see. And like I am obviously, my heart goes out to all 13. Alex for sure, because he's a friend.
Yep.
But like I just want to put into perspective that Wesley LeBlanc, one of the writers there, I think last year was laid off at Game Informer, and he got his shot back, and now he's laid off again. Like this ship of GameStop running Game Informer has been sinking for a while because they are incompetent.
Yeah.
And they don't understand just how valuable a brand GI was, how incredibly talented of a team that they had, and now they're just gone. And I am I'm not happy about it. I'm also, they're being really cagey for the people who did sign up for the new physical print subscriptions, of like, if you want your money back, you have to contact us. No, bitch, you just give me my money back. That's how it works. I didn't choose this. You just shut it down randomly.
Is that how it's happening?
I believe so. I think you have to contact them to get your money back. I signed up for 2 years.
Yeah.
And it was only like $20. It was super affordable, but like, why? Just give everyone their money back then. You're just, again, another issue of you taking the money and running. Like, it's...
I'll save my piece, and then if you could read this listener question, because my acid reflux is going bananas tonight. You're right. A part of, like, and a part of me, first off, because like Alex Van Aken, Kind Soul, and we were talking about the magazine before they launched it, and how excited they were about it, and genuinely like fighting to show, worth to upper management, about like how it could be useful, and again, just not giving it time to grow. Um, it sucks because like Game Informer has been doing these rolling layoffs for years now, and the signs were there. To say there weren't, it'd be foolish of me to say it, but it to me, it's I understand a magazine in the digital age. Like you can understand why that's not attractive, right? But then I would argue, okay, then how about let's turn this brand, evolve this brand into the digital age, right? Like, there's no reason why Game Informer couldn't be that of, not to say they could have been IGN or GameSpot, no way in hell, but they could have been like a Polygon, right? Like a medium sized site doing articles, doing guides, providing providing the necessary funds to GameStop that way, and then alongside the, hey, here's the story, the cover of the month, right? And having that big reveal every month and having that deep dive every month, drawing people in. Instead, I feel like GameStop let them flounder because for so long that magazine was really more of a, hey, look, here's a perk you get with the card, rather than actual like, hey, we want to cover games, we want to be part of this side. So it goes along with what we were saying before. It's like it's about finding a good partner, and this team was truly disconnected from the corporate aspect. Both sides were, because both sides didn't, I feel like, get the understand the assignment. And I think when you're GameStop corporate and you've gone through more CEOs than I go through SOX, like, I can understand why that disconnect is there, and I can understand why it leads them that way. And then the last thing I'll say, then we'll get to this question, is like what Nisa says is dead on. Like, I wish they could buy themselves and we could get them back. And that's the thing. Like, theoretically, hey, they could have a Patreon tomorrow. They could set everything up, and maybe they can be some type of media force again. But that's an incredible amount of risk, right? You're talking, you got to then, luckily find an audience that will take y'all in, that would support you guys, again, like patreon.com/PS Review. But like, support you guys on Patreon or something, give them the perks that keep them there. And then you have to think about, oh, how much is salary for each person, benefits, 401k, like the whole rigmarole. And then
Traveling all over the world to interview the devs
mean,
for these cover stories, and let alone
I'm
the
thinking,
back
like,
end costs for running a website, a
yeah,
high end website, whatever. It's expensive.
right. And I'm just thinking about healthcare. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
it's just the cost and the risk is just not worth it. That said, let's get into Kildane's.
Well, just really quickly before we get into
question
Kildane's
here.
thing, is I do want to bring up kind of like the games PR side of things from my point of view as well, of
Oh, yeah,
this
go for it.
closing down. One of my easy highlights in this year that I have been working in the games PR industry was having one of the games that I am working on being covered on the Game Informer YouTube channel and by Game Informer staff, them tweeting about it. It was like a mama I made it kind of
Yeah.
situation, because like I grew up reading this, and to think that I am partly responsible of getting that game in their hands to then preview it and create content on it was very special to me. But also just having such a juggernaut that was Game Informer just gone, and with all the other media sites consolidating and people losing jobs because of redundancies and consolidating staff into certain things, it makes me scared of like what happens when there's no traditional games and media outlets for me to pitch to.
Yeah.
What is Games PR out of a thing? Like, will I be out of a job in a few years because all these places?
No.
I know, I
Yeah.
understand that, but I'm just saying from like a number standpoint. Like, are
Right.
we all only gonna every Games PR? Are we only gonna pitch the same 10, 15 sites? Like,
Mhm.
that's kind of like where I worry about these quote unquote traditional forms of games media, where it seems like the people with the money behind it don't view it as high as the people who actually consume it, if that makes
Yeah.
any sense.
No, yeah, no, I'm 100% with you. I think to kind of dull your concerns a bit, it just means you guys adapt and you go, okay, well, since there's not a Game Informer here, maybe we go dive into deeper of like influencers, streamers.
No, 1,000,000%. I
Yeah.
totally. It's just a weird thing. It's a very weird thing.
Fair enough.
But Kildane writes in, I have a funny story about Game Informer from a unique perspective. It's probably too long for the podcast, but still, guess what, Kildane? No, it's not.
I'll allow it.
I worked at GameStop right before it officially became GameStop, after they were Baggages Software, etc., and had just bought FuncoLand. I started Game Boy Advance launch day. Why would they do that to a new hire? Hey, guess what? PS4 launch day right here. Hey, that was my first day, pretty much. Anyways, selling Game Informer was a big part of performance metrics. We used to do okay, but I was always in the district with the #1 store in the company. Like, this guy would get awards rained on him every year at our conference. Anyways, we were close enough that we shared customers to a degree, and we found out one of his big tricks. Back in the day, when a strategy guide got old enough, they would mark it down to a penny. Hell yeah, baby! And you were supposed to get rid of them. Guess what? I have so many strategy guides that pennied out. Well, this guy would leave them marked at full price and just ring the Game Informer in its place, and the customer would never know. When I told my boss, he looked at me like I was crazy and nothing ever happened. Though I did hear he
Whoa.
got caught on something else shady eventually. Anyways, back to Game Informer. I had a sub forever, but once I went digital with the PS4, it felt like I never went to the GameStop anymore, and I let that sub go. With all the breaking news on the internet, I didn't miss it much, but I saw them screaming about a great offer earlier this year. $20 for a year of Game Informer, which they said would be 10 issues. How is that a year? So I decided why not. I received my first issue, and man, had this magazine gone downhill. It was pretty thin. The paper felt like a homeschool project instead of a magazine of 30 years, but they still had some interesting stuff in there. 3 issues later, and they're gone? Felt kind of shady to promote that just to disappear off the planet, but GameStop is a horrible company, so not super surprised. I hope these guys do land on their feet and maybe somewhere that actually appreciates their hard work.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to preface, Kildane.
Yeah.
It was the Game Informer staff that pushed really hard to get this print magazine back for the 2 issues that we got.
Yeah.
And for me personally, I thought they were great.
Yeah.
The ones that we received.
I can understand his complaint was like some of like the paper was a little thin. I get
Sure,
what he's
that's
saying.
totally GameStop
But yeah,
being
it's-
like, let's
There were-
do the
we-
bare minimum.
Exactly. Let's cut some corners and whatever. Like, yeah, this was very much a fight to get this thing out the door. Again, not giving it enough time or even promoting it enough to really give it a goddamn chance, which really just pisses me off. But yeah, that's crazy. The shady guy, like, we all know that one dude.
1,000,000% we did.
That said, I once had a day where I did so good that they actually had to investigate me to
Really?
make sure I had like 160% reserves and like 80% cards or something like that.
Jesus.
And they're like, okay, so what's up with this guy? And I'm like, I'm just good
I
at what I do, and what I do, I
worked
do
there
it
for
well,
like
you know?
3 or 4 years part-time. It was like one of my 3 jobs during that time frame. I went through 6 store managers. All of my SGAs, which are the key holders. I was only a
Humble
GA.
brag. I was an SGA. Your place rookie.
Okay. You're gonna go tell me to alphabetize the wall again for the 3rd time every night?
Yeah, because the DS section looks like shit. So.
One of them, while I was working a shift, stole money from the register, and she tried to put it on me. GameStop was a wild place. GameStop was a
Yeah,
wild
everybody
place.
has those stories. Like Robert Temple, who writes, as hard as it is to say, GameStop almost went bankrupt a few years ago. Literally, a whole movie about how people bought and sold stock and made a ton of money. It's
Mm-hmm.
extremely sad for Game Informer. Yeah, man, it's just GameStop, interesting place. I do want to say there are three covers that I want to talk about because they are
Ooh,
my favorite covers. I
okay.
don't know if you have any. Shout out to the Last of Us Game Informer cover.
Oh, hell yeah. Iconic.
Beautiful, iconic. Another one that is iconic to me that when I think Game Informer, I do think of this cover is the Uncharted 4 cover.
Okay.
And then actually I got it too. This is tied. Dark Souls 3 cover, which is dope. Look
Mm.
at that one. And then the Sekiro cover. Ooh. Oh my god. If I were to ever get a Sekiro tattoo, yeah. Yeah. It's of the wolf, just like that.
I have a
Fantastic.
few of like really, really cool looking like art from like an art standpoint.
Sure.
I adored the Far Cry 4 cover. Oh
Yes.
my god. I adore the BioShock Infinite cover.
Yes.
The old school like propaganda poster one. Oh my god,
Mhm.
it's so cool. Um Not a Zelda guy. The Breath of the Wild one. Holy crap. That one is
Yeah.
so cool. The Horizon one. Like with like the silhouette, like the side
Mhm.
profile. Jeez. Like
And
the
something simple, the Skyrim one, was just the emblem.
yeah.
Like, yeah. Oh yeah.
Uncharted Lost Legacy. Like I'm looking at right now. Incredible. Like these covers are so good, and I think having your game on the cover of Game Informer is such a prestigious thing.
Yeah.
And
I hope
they
someone
they
takes that idea because I don't want that to
1
go away.
million percent. And like seeing these, they 1 million% took these seriously. Like I didn't have this cover. I want this now. The Control cover. I don't think I've ever seen this
Yes.
one before.
Yes.
Damn it. Like I think this was in the time when they stopped shipping them to my house for some weird reason.
Yep.
Oh, how can we forget the PlayStation Anniversary one?
Yeah.
gray
Where
one-
you have the whole silhouette of everybody. Yeah,
Come
it's
on.
beautiful.
Come on.
It's
Like
beautiful.
so many good ones.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be missed.
It really is. It's already like a big bummer.
Yeah.
Next, we got one more bit of bummer news that's tangentially related to PlayStation. And I thought might as well throw it in here as well.
Mhm.
Kyle, would you like to take the next news story, sir?
Nicholas Zutrich over at Android Central writes, Meta is closing a beloved first-party Quest studio. Actually, I just realized when we were shooting the showcase this past weekend,
Mhm.
I've said that word wrong my entire life.
What, Quest?
Meta is closing a beloved. I always say beloved. Beloved.
I think you can say it
first-party
either
Quest
way.
studio. Yeah.
Yeah.
One of VR's greatest development studios is closing its doors permanently today on August 7th. Ready at Dawn Studios was behind the famed Echo VR and Lone Echo games, all of which received critical and customer acclaim. But the studio hasn't launched a new game since Echo VR was ported to Quest in May 2020, and its likely sales of Lone Echo 2 could have played a part in the decision, since that's a PSVR only game. Meta's first made cuts to the studio last February when it announced it would shutter Echo VR despite still having a player count in the low 10,000s, as noted by Meta CTO Andrew Bosworth at the time. It's worth noting that Meta just stated that Quest 3 sales are, quote, exceeding their expectations, end quote, in the company's most recent quarterly earnings call last week. One report in mid-July said that Meta was cutting its Reality Labs division budget by 20% by 2026, and an internal memo sent to Meta employees seen by Android Central supports this reasoning. A Meta spokesperson told Android Central that the cuts weren't being made to quote-unquote save money per se. Rather, these cuts are being made to ensure that Reality Labs stays within the new budgetary constraints and that Atlas Studios can make a quote-unquote better long-term impact in VR development. And this comes from Shinobi over on Twitter. Meta has shut down longtime studio Ready at Dawn. And this is me adding this in. If you're wondering why we're talking about Ready at Dawn, here's what they've worked on before they went VR. Developers behind games like Daxter, God of War Chains of Olympus, and God of War Ghosts of Sparta, The Order 1886, and, of course, the VR hit Lone Echo series. From what I knew, they had awesome plans in place for a sequel to The Order before Meta got them, with the engine already in place, which took up a ton of time and resources in the first one. They were going to put everything into the gameplay experience next. I bet we could have seen an AC to AC2 level jump. Hope everyone lands on their feet. What a tragic ending for such a talented team.
We are back. I'm gonna go yell the C word in my pillow because
I'm gonna go stand outside and yell at the moon. What
what are we doing here? How are we?
Zuckerberg?
Capitalism's based off risk. Take some goddamn risks, Zuck. Okay? God
How
damn, this
dare
sucks.
you take them from us when we had in place what we seemingly all wanted from an Order sequel.
Better gameplay. Like, the Order had so much promise. Every
That was
going to
be an Arkham game in this
Right.
universe.
Right. And you had the opportunity. Like, everybody saw the first game like, wow, yeah, no, I see what they're doing here.
But that
Doesn't
last
quite hit,
shot,
but it could be built on.
that
Yes.
last shot of I think it was Galahad, I think was
Yep.
the main character, just
Yep.
standing above the city, like, oh my god, yes,
Yes.
please.
And now,
Not to
gone.
mention the PSP God of War games, some of the best God of War games in the entire series. This is so sad on every level. What could have been?
Sony should have bought it, man. This is the one that's like, Sony, come on, man. Come on. Shit, like, this is a studio that did provide so much for you. And yeah, sure, maybe their first like big console game doesn't hit, but everybody sees it has promise to it if you build upon it. And then you let Meta snatch them up.
Unacceptable.
Come on.
Unacceptable.
Come on. Again, it's like I feel like what's ruining games now at this point, like the bigger like AAA title games, is like the lack of risk taking from all these publishers. Like suddenly they're like, oh, making games costs money. We're scared of losing it. It's like it's really it's just like overinvestment and then being overly cautious afterwards. It's just
Again, a what could have been kind of statement where PlayStation held on to Ready at Dawn.
Yep.
We would have gotten an Order sequel.
Yep.
And we would have had a first-party studio that knows what they're doing in VR.
Yeah.
Like, it's the perfect scenario now. Yes, hindsight's 2020. It makes a whole lot of sense now. It made a whole lot of sense back then holding on to them. Because, like, say what you will about the Order. The length of the game, the gameplay not being exactly what we were sold, the vibes, the visuals, everything about the Order was kick-ass.
Oh, absolutely.
It held so much promise.
Yeah.
And they just
My first platinum. It's my first
Oh
platinum.
my god, it's well worth your time. I'm sure it's like
Well
on
worth
sale for like $3 or something.
Probably a nickel.
It's so good. I hope everyone at Ready Dawn lands on their feet.
Yep.
PlayStation, see if they still have that build for the Order sequel and just bring the gang back. You know, let's
Let's get the gang together.
let's do it, man.
Come on.
Oh god, that hurts.
I know. All right, Kyle. Let's talk about. I think good news. They say it's good news, and just I'm gonna take away the yen percentage of all this stuff, so you only talk about the
cool.
the real De Niro.
My favorite thing, reading
I
about
know.
stats and
Love
sales. Chris Scullion over at VGC writes, PS5 hit 61 million as Sony's year-on-year Q1 hardware sales fall, but operating income rises. And Sony's latest financial results covering the Q1 period for its financial year 2024, the period between April 1st and June 30th, the company says 2.4 million PS5 consoles were sold. This is down on the 3.3 million PS5 consoles sold during the Q1 period last year, but nevertheless brings the total number of PS5 sales up to date to 61.7 million. The results were generally positive for Sony's gaming division overall, with Q1 sales in the Games and Network Services segment up 12% year-on-year and operating income up 32% from $335 million up to $443 million. In its summary, Sony attributes the year-on-year increase to the impact of foreign exchange rates, the increase in sales of first-party game software titles, and the, quote, increase in sales from network services, mainly PlayStation Plus, end quote. However, it does acknowledge a, quote, decrease in sales of hardware due to a decrease in unit sales, end quote. Despite an overall increase in income from software sales, Sony also reports that software unit sales are down year on year, with 53.6 million units sold in Q1 of 2024 compared to 565 million units during the same period last year. It also reports that the digital download ratio for Q1 was 80% digital versus 20% physical, compared to an average of 70% in fiscal year 2023. How fucking dare you? As a result of its Q1 figures, Sony has revised its forecast for the gaming division for its financial year 2024 from April 2024 to March 2025, adjusting its sales and operating income forecasts up by 3%. Tokyo-based industry consultant Dr. Serkin Toto told VGC, quote, given Sony is going through a rather silent 2024 software-wise, the numbers actually look quite solid. For instance, you can see the positive effect on sales from the price increase for PlayStation Plus in their numbers. The big weak spot, however, is hardware sales. The year-on-year drop is not surprising, but quite significant. Sony can only hope that Astrobot or the one or other new game coming this year will make people go out and buy PS5s again, end quote.
Don't act,
Jesus
Mr. Toto, that
Christ.
Lego Horizon doesn't exist. First of all, great job. Great job out there.
I felt like I was reading a physics paper. Like, what?
Sometimes you're in the zone. I can't help but like try
I'm
to
in the
snap you out of
zone.
it.
I'm
and
just
then-
reading it. None of that soaked in. You can't quiz me on anything I just read. I'll get
All right,
everything wrong.
Here's what I'll tell you. Looks like everything's pretty good over here at PlayStation Land.
Cool. Great.
Looks like it's still on pace to outsell the PS4. It looks like, so like even for a soft year, it seems like it's somewhat smooth sailings. Also goes to show that, like Ryan Champion says in the chat, the Pro is coming. When it gets shown off, that's the only question.
I also saw, it's a rumor. It's not true.
Go for it.
Someone could have been making this up. I don't know.
Say it with your chest.
It is the 30th anniversary of PS1 this year. Do we get an anniversary edition of the PS5 like we did on the PS4 and the PS4 Pro?
I would be so dumb enough to buy that.
Oh, hands down, because I never got the other two because they're so exclusive and hard to get outside of the controller. I had the controllers. The controllers are sick.
I feel like, we were talking about controllers last week. I feel like I forgot to say this. I feel like I'm sorry.
Just wave it in my face. For audio listeners, the one DualSense that I want so bad, the Final Fantasy 16 one, and Joe just is like, oh yeah, this one? Oh, hey, Kyle. Ooh, hey.
It's the closest one to me, I swear to God. But like, I feel like I'm going to start collecting controllers. I feel like that's going to be the dumb thing that I collect. That makes no sense and I shouldn't. But like, the controller and like, that console, because I missed out on, you're right, the PS4, and like that one's beautiful. It's just so damn gorgeous. I would hate for them to just go, it's the plates,
Yeah.
But I do see them doing that, huh?
I do, and also offering another DualSense to go along with it.
Irani Raksha asks a very good question. Why is this controller out of the box? Because I wanted to use it while playing Final Fantasy 16, and then someone who shall not be named, my best friend Amy, threw it out because she is a bitch.
You're muted.
Sorry, I called her a bitch. That was supposed to be the sense,
Yeah.
Oh well. Anyway, she's not a good friend, and she threw out the box.
Hey,
She's
did
like,
you
Joe,
ever
you have
finish
too many
16?
boxes.
Did you ever finish 16?
I've been thinking about going back.
And you have the controller, and I don't.
And I was enjoying myself.
Trophy.
I think about going back.
Damn it.
It was good. It was good. I don't know, again, like other games came and just took up my time. Starfield happened.
I'm gonna call Ben Star. You tell that to Ben's face.
Listen, I'll hate to break the news to him. I'm like, you were fantastic. I forget why I stopped. All right, Kyle,
Joe.
let's talk about this, dude.
Oh, I'm ready.
The Last of Us Season 2 TV teaser trailer revealed.
I've
I
got
saved
chills.
her.
I got chills. Oh,
Holy shit.
whew. I've already seen people complain about it. They need to get off their high
Oh,
horse.
shut up. You
Yeah.
guys are so...
Get off your high
You're all
horse.
bad at sex. You guys are so boring,
I
vanilla.
don't. Here's what I have to say
Dummies.
to all those
Yeah.
people out there.
Go for it.
I don't see how you've watched season 1 and are concerned with how they're going to tell the story in season 2.
Yeah.
I don't. Were there some things that I'm like, sure, why did the clicker lick Tess's face? Sure. Weird choice. But like everything else
Everything else is
about
beautiful.
season 1 is
Yeah.
either so faithful to the game or adds to the world and adds to these characters.
Yeah.
Season 2, we're gonna get more characters. Just the shot of the barn scene, the shot of Abby with the fence from the opening of the game.
Uh-oh. Yep.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And what seemingly is the Rat King?
Yeah.
Like,
So let's get into this.
Oh my
Dorman92 writes, hey guys, with the teaser trailer of The Last of Us Season 2 available online, where do you think they will leave us at the end of this season? And of course,
sport. Yeah,
somewhat
I'm not
like,
gonna say anything. Yep.
we're gonna like say part, like we're not gonna say like any, anything. But
Yeah.
earmuffs. I don't
Green
know.
Gorilla, play the damn game. Like, what are
Play
we
the
doing?
goddamn game, dude. You saw the thing that makes everybody mad. Now go watch one of the best sequels, or play one of the best sequels ever made. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, and I'm
Everything's gonna
calling
be all
you
right.
out. Let's go. What are we doing?
Let's go. Clock's a ticking, dude.
We watched
okay?
you play through that scene. What was that,
Yeah.
last year?
Yeah.
What are we doing? It's one of the
Come
best
on.
games ever made. Let's
And
go.
I'm sorry. Abby's one of the best characters in that whole game.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite character in that
Yeah.
game. Do you think we're gonna get a 1-star? You're gonna be like,
That's
oh,
fine,
Wolf
man.
Mom,
Bring it on, bitches. I don't care.
Broad shoulders, not attractive.
Fuck off. That's 3, by the
you-
way. Put the Kyle F counter up there. That's 3. I get
I
5
love
per
this.
episode. I got
Yeah.
2 left.
I love when evil Kyle shows up and he forgot his eye patch, God damn. All right. Do you think it will leave us approximately halfway point like they did the game? Who knows? Or keep it earlier in the game or possibly later. Curious to know where you think they may leave us. Keep up with the amazing content and keep gooning it up. Oh, we're gooning right now. We're gooning to the moon right now. Don't you worry about
Tawani
it.
says he thinks Green Gorilla is playing it now.
Good.
Okay. Listen.
Okay.
Prove us wrong.
Yeah. I think they're gonna show a lot of this game. I actually think we're gonna get most of it.
It is hard for me to give my answer without spoiling. I think it's the 3rd act is where they end it.
Yes.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. And I think
The revenge tour. If I say
yes.
if I had to say
Yes.
anything, I think we get up to the point
Yeah.
where the revenge tour kicks off.
Yeah.
And it's a part where we were all screaming at the TV.
Yes.
I think from that point on will be a season 3.
Fair enough. Also, speaking of Abby, my little baby girl dog, she's crying at the door because she misses me because we've been buds this whole day. We've been playing around. So if you hear a little dog like barking or wincing or whatever, that's just her. She wants to come. She wants to be part of the show. Yeah, I think that's exactly where we're gonna get to. And if not, maybe the theater. Maybe that
Yeah.
is where we end it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're gonna get a lot more of this game. Seeing the Seraphites in it.
Exactly. And again, if you know, you know.
Yeah. Like I mean, what gets me really excited here is like because it seems like they're gonna draw this game out between 2 seasons, a lot of world building. And I think like diving deeper into their religion, or like
Yeah.
the occult, diving into the wolves and their conflict more, like
Yep.
there's a lot here. I think there's a lot here
I
that
could
they can dive into.
totally. I get. There's a lot of like. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, and what I'm about to say. I could see a 5-episode following one arc, and then
Yep.
a 5-episode following the second arc, and then season 3 will be the third arc.
Yeah. Now the captain writes in, are you hoping for the same exact story told in The Last of Us season 2 like they did with season 1? I feel like season 3 will come before the video game part 3, and I'm sure they aren't going to want to spoil it by the TV series, so this may be a good point to change the story and separate from 2.
Do not change
Kyle?
the story at all.
Nope.
In like a significant, if you want to add to it, all for it. Do not change any of the story beats. Do not change any of the character defining moments.
Yep.
Don't change any of that. I'm so excited to see who Catherine O'Hara is playing. And like the way they set up that teaser trailer is Joel talking to her. I hope not. I hope that is the beginning. This is not a spoiler. The beginning of part 2, the Tommy and Joel moment.
Yes.
I think that is that scene, and I hope he is talking to Tommy and not Catherine O'Hara. It's one of those weird marketing things, but like, who is she in this game? Like, I'm so intrigued.
Well, rumor is she's playing a character that got deleted out of or edited out of the part 2.
Oh, so I haven't played the Lost Levels.
Yeah.
In the director's cut, so maybe she's in there. Also,
so
shout out to Jeffrey Wright being back. Like, yes.
Right?
Oh my God, yes. Again,
Right?
if you know, you know. We're seeing a whole lot in this game.
And again, you can visit characters like him and like get deeper into their methodology. And I think that's what the first season did so well is like, hey, here are these characters that we're meeting along the way. And they were able to tell really good arcs within like an episode or two of just these little mini stories that are accompanying their journey. And so like I have like they're gonna, don't worry, like I think they're gonna delineate eventually and they're gonna change certain things up. But like the main things are gonna happen.
I like you could totally do the open quote unquote world section of Seattle in one episode of TV.
Absolutely.
And that's a big chunk of the game in the opening hours. You could totally do that in an episode.
Yep. And I just want to see all I want to see is the red scene and the porch. But I think the porch we got at season 3. I'm gonna cry.
How dare you? I want to see the aquarium.
Yeah. The game's so good. It's just like the thing really, I hate is like everybody has like such dumb, strong opinions about it. It's like, guys, just relax if you don't like it. And then all of a sudden you're like, no, it has to be picture perfect. Like all of a sudden, like you're really like you want it to stick to the source material because you want like to hate yourself.
Exactly.
Like, can
we also please, let's not worry that Ellie doesn't look grown up enough. And that Dina, the actress playing Dina Isabella Merced, doesn't look like Dina from the game.
First off, I'll fight a war for Dina.
1 million%.
Respectfully.
Might be my favorite character outside of Ellie in the games. Dina's incredible.
Dina, it's a really well written. God, it's a really well written thing.
That Are we replaying part 2 again right now?
In our heads, yes. It's so good, and I can't wait for the show because I think the TV audience are going to be more receptive to what happens. Agreed. Because they're not hopefully as lizard brained as some of these folks online, because it's a great game, man. And I think when people go and I agree to some of the things of like part 2 needed an editor, sure, but you don't need an editor when you're making a TV show. You know what I'm saying? Like in terms of like yeah, like you could really, if they want to draw this game out 2 seasons, you definitely can.
Some
So
might
yeah,
argue
yeah,
that this is Neil's chance to edit the game because he is a part of the
sure.
show.
Yeah,
Not that I think the game is perfect. uh,
it's so good. Ghost of Tsushima should have been the game of the year. That's not a question in
I
this
don't know
household.
about that.
But it's really good, and
To
people need to
Dormon's
get a grip.
question in chat, fewer
Yeah.
episodes but longer run length. I would love for
Yeah.
them to go the Stranger Things route and give me an hour 20 every episode.
God, yes.
Please.
But even then, because I know like Last of Us Part 2 is like 20 to 30 hours, depending on how slow you
Sure.
play it, like me. But like, again, also take into consideration video games pacing's a lot different than TV, and TV has to actually do a lot more filling in certain
Yep.
aspects. So yeah, I think by making it like, 8 episodes, theoretically it's going to be about 8 hours. Seems perfect to cut it off and then do that season 3. But absolutely, like by the time the TV show will end, the only alarming thing is it very well could end before we get part 3. It could be a George Railroad Martin situation for sure.
I hope not. The only thing that I am okay with it not being like the game coming out after the show is done.
Mhm.
The only way that I'm okay with it is if Neil continues to be a part of the show.
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
even like with George and Game of Thrones, like he was, I think, in name only. I don't know how involved he was in the show
Yeah.
towards the end there. But if Neil is as involved in future seasons, I'll be comfortable. I'm good.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh my god, I'm gonna
All right, Kyle.
I'm gonna rewatch that teaser right now. Maybe I'll rewatch the whole season 1. You know
Right?
what?
So I think
good.
it's due for a rewatch. I think it's
God,
time.
Nick Offerman. Oh my
Make me cry.
god. Next bit of news that needs to be squared up comes from Ian Harris over at Game Rant, and Ian writes, Phantom Blade Zero dev debunks claims it said, quote, nobody needs that platform, end quote, over Xbox release reports. Says it hopes to be, quote, accessible to everyone, end quote. The developer behind the upcoming action RPG Phantom Blade Zero has shut down claims that said that Xbox ports are, quote unquote, not a priority as nobody needs that platform. S-Game says on Twitter that it's come to its attention that some media outlets have, quote, claimed to interview an unnamed developer from the studio at the gaming exhibition ChinaJoy, which finished last week. It was that unnamed developer who seems to have made statements regarding Phantom Blade Zero's release platforms and strategy that the studio wants to squash. Quote, we want to clarify that these claim statements do not represent S-Game's values or culture, as we believe in making our game accessible to everyone and have not ruled out any platforms for Phantom Blade Zero, end quote. Or the studio says, quote, we are hard at work on both the development and publishing fronts to ensure that as many players as possible can enjoy our game at release and in the future, end quote. The developer finishes by saying the team is, quote, looking forward to sharing more development updates soon, end quote, and that you'll be able to play a world premiere demo at Gamescom this month. Last week, quotes did the rounds that someone from S-Game said that, quote, nobody needs that platform, end quote, when asked about an Xbox port, going on to say it's not a priority.
May I take the reins here?
Why did they say world premiere demo? I played that game at SGF. What are you talking about?
I think it's like, oh, they're gonna drop it at Gamescom
For everybody? Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. It's a good time.
At least maybe that's what they're teasing.
Yeah.
So okay, maybe we stop listening to Icon Era.
Yeah.
maybe
I'm okay with that.
maybe we just stop taking anything everyone like an unknown person said. Like if you can't have the name of the person saying the thing, maybe you guys need to just shut your mouth.
Yeah.
It's really that simple.
Mhm.
So it looks like A, nobody said this. B, this is not what the company is believes.
Mhm.
And C, they've even mentioned, listen, we don't have a real exclusive deal with PlayStation. They're just helping us make the game. And it'll probably be out in, I mean, would they say more accessible to everybody? It looks like they're going to probably plan on future releases, whether that's Xbox, PC, whatever.
Mhm.
They want to make money on this thing. So
Mhm.
again, internet, relax.
Yeah.
This is one of those dumb console war things. and we have to be the adults in the room saying, "Guys, come on, put your pants back on. You can't be gooning over console war stuff all the time." You know,
like honestly, Joe.
Yeah.
Would any developer in their right mind ever say any of that to begin with?
No.
That has any sort of like
Captain Logan writes
staying
one,
power,
one
you know?
thing. One thing that this is good. What about unnamed sources from Tom Warren or Jeff Grubb? They have a track record of being accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say they're going to hit a bullseye every time. And trust me, I have some problems with Tom and sometimes the way he reports things I take issues with, but I'm not going to sit here and tell you that he's not really good at his job or like, you know, just because I have a problem with sometimes how he words some things. It's like, no, I trust him. If all of a sudden Jeff Grubb starts saying Bloodborne 2's coming out next week, every single week for the next year, and it never happens, like that's how you ruin that track record. They're pretty careful about in the way they word things, that I would take their opinion more than some random reset era person, or even more so icon era that is known to stretch narratives. So
yeah. Thanks
But
for
great
clarifying
question.
that. That was good.
Yeah. Also, still get rid of the hat. Flash news.
But like, no
Oh,
joke.
sorry.
People should be excited
Yes.
for Phantom Blade. It's a ton of fun.
Absolutely.
Well, the SGF episode when I came back, I talk about that demo, so it's really fun. And if this means we're getting everyone at home during Gamescom in a few weeks, we'll be able to play the demo. Fantastic. Does this lean to maybe it being a part of a show in Gamescom
Who knows?
around that time? I don't know.
Let's pray.
Let's pray.
That said, we gotta go. We got flashes. Gotta run. Gotta go fast.
So
Hey,
hot
Kyle.
still. Jesus Christ.
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
I haven't actually.
They're gonna try to make Jedi Survivor run on a PlayStation 4 Pro. Sorry, PlayStation
Godspeed,
4.
Respawn. Godspeed.
It's launching September 17th at $49.99 American. This is something that no one asked for. And this is a fire hazard.
This is a problem.
Oh boy, hey Kyle, have
if
you
you
seen
thought
this?
your PS4 sounded like a jet engine before.
Yeah, hi, Sony. Yeah, my PlayStation keeps murmuring "murder me." Please finish it. Yeah, maybe that's how they get people to buy PS5s. Is
Why is my PS4 sounding like Palpatine? I am hearing
Exactly.
whispers. Join the dark side.
What are you doing? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do what must be done.
all right. Hey Kyle, have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
No?
Fall Guys has come to Fortnite.
What?
Ooh, yes, content is available in Fortnite until August 15th. Kyle, I have played it.
Okay.
It is literally Fall Guys in Fortnite.
Okay, cool.
You go visit a magic bean, right? Little bean boy, and you click on like accept the challenge, and it's a little mini Fall Guys like little like level in Fortnite, you know, helping to advertise the game. And if you like, there's like little quests that you have to complete. So it's like running as a bean, emoting as a bean, like just all these little silly challenges. Pretty damn cool. And then at the end of it, you get a little bean backpack.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's honestly about time that the two epic things join forces at some point.
And I mean, like rocket racing and all that stuff,
Sure.
like a lot of Rocket League stuff. Yeah, it's about time Fall
Yep.
Guys comes to Fortnite, and I want them to have a gun. I would. The thing that is impressive, Kyle, like I would love for you to turn it on, give it a try this week, because it's Fall Guys in Fortnite. Like everything, like the way the game plays.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's really impressive.
We'll see.
It's really impressive. All right. Hey Kyle, have you seen this? Have you heard about this? More Fortnite news. Epic says some Fortnite Battle Pass items will no longer be exclusive. In an FAQ, it said that not all items are guaranteed to come to the shop after 18 months. Quote, shop selection is dependent on variety of factors, and there's no guarantee that a Battle Pass item will come to the shop after this change goes into effect. If an item in a future Battle Pass will never be, will never be available outside the pass, we will let you know. Epic added, one of the reasons of this change, we want players down the road to enjoy Battle Pass content, such as outfits based on popular licensed characters. This move will enable Epic to generate more revenue from skins outside of the Battle Pass, which will remain priced at 950 V-Bucks. Kyle Stevenson, this is pretty big news, and it looks like this is a start from them saying, hey, maybe all the old Marvel stuff that people missed out on, that Marvel Battle Pass, could come back here and you get to buy them out full price. That would make me very excited because I very much want Iron Man.
I'm happy for you.
I knew that's what you're going to say.
I can't get excited and be like, hey, a skin's coming back. Cool. All right.
I've come to terms with, because like they don't count my PS4 hours, but I have 636 hours of Fortnite on PS5.
Mm-hmm.
Again, not counting the PS4 alone, well over 2,000 hours, I think.
Sure.
I'm pretty addicted. I got like my first solo win in a bit because I usually don't play solo.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle, when I tell you I'm so disgusting at Fortnite, I'm really. Someone should call the cops. You know. Because this is child abuse. I'm wrecking these kids on Fortnite, man.
Oh no,
wrecking them. I'm like I'm. You should have seen me. I took on these 4 dudes at once to get the battle royale today. I was sniping them. I was just leaping onto trees. I was just like shooting them from afar.
Okay.
Oh my god, dude. I was sneaking little baby dead cub bears into Central Park. I was doing a whole bunch of stuff. And they didn't know. They did not know what I was cooking. Nuts. All right, fine, fair enough. Valorant leaves open beta on consoles. And yeah, an update schedule revealed. Valorant's already out. Ooh-wee. If I'm Concord, I'm pretty intimidated because I thought it said it was coming out in the fall, and now they're just like, no, open beta on console. It's out now. Go play it. It's good.
Cool.
It's good. I'm getting good at that game too. I'm not going to be like one of these Twitch streamers.
How are you going to juggle all these multiplayer games at one time?
When you're as good as I am at multiplayer things, it's second nature. I mean, I'm really like someone 1v1 me at CS:GO. Like, just trust me. After 15 minutes, it clicks, and then I'm just tearing kids apart.
Sure.
Telling you. Like Call of Duty Black Ops 6 multiplayer stuff, it leaked early, and it's a teased reveal for August 8th.
Which is today if you're listening to it on day of release.
Ooh, Call of Duty. Omni movement. I've been seeing it, and Kyle, I've been liking it.
What does that mean?
It means pretty much like you could keep the momentum of sprint no matter which direction you're running. So like you could cut back and like leap backwards, sideways, keep up momentum. It's pretty wild.
Okay.
I can't wait to master that and then just be just entering matches like, ooh, I've been waiting for this. And then Kyle, have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
I have.
2024 Game of the Year, calling it early. Balatro celebrates 2 million copies sold. Free update with free cards coming next year.
Hell yes.
130 hours of Balatro.
I was going to bring it up later, but I've been playing again. It's so good.
I've deleted it 3 times. Nothing is satiating than what is Balatro.
Oh my god, it's so good.
And he also came out and said, "Hey, I'm working on a way to make sure that like nobody could take it and like
oh yeah,
turn it into
I
a
think
gambling
he put
thing."
it in his will that they can't use it for like a casino gambling game, which I love.
Cool, because that would ruin me.
I would become one of those older people at a casino.
Yeah,
that's in one spot wearing a diaper, can't leave the machine.
Oh. Yeah. Arcane founder says Prey and Dishonored fans will be happy with his new game. Now, this comes following 18 years at Arcane, during which he served as president and co-creative director. Colin Tenario announced in 2019 that he formed a new outfit called Wolf Eye Studios. The studio debut title, Weird West, released in 2022, the dark fantasy reimagining of Wild West top-down action RPG, immersive sim that scored in the mid 70s. Quote, will reveal a bit more about our next game in a few days. Reading's not good for Joseph, but don't worry, he's trying his best. Fans of the previous first-person games I was involved with, Dishonored and Prey, will be happy.
Cool.
Ooh-wee, ooh-wee.
Weird
Give me
West
more
always
Dishonored.
was a game that I was like, man, I'm super excited to see what these people behind Dishonored and Prey are gonna put out there. The reviews didn't like sell me on it, so I never picked it up.
Fair.
It's cool if they're going back to the first person kind of.
If you're telling me you got
perspective,
like, give me,
let's go.
dude.
Let's go.
I love Dishonored so much.
Yeah.
When people were yelling at us, they're like, "Oh, you don't really like Dishonored." Shut up. Shut up. You shut up with your mouth, okay? I love Dishonored. I love it so much. That was one of those Steam games for me, man. Like, this is, yeah. Give me more of that. And like the ideas that they were working with 2 was insane.
Sure.
So, yeah. No Prey. Prey, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I liked. Okay,
Never
'cause
played
I
it,
did
so
not
I
like
don't know.
Prey. Not a fan. Dishonored, slapped. All right, Kyle. Now I know you've heard about this, seen this. I'm just gonna give the little too long didn't read. Bungie misled Sony about its financial position ahead of acquisition. This comes from a report from Zarmina Khan. A damning new report claims that Bungie misled Sony in its financial position ahead of the acquisition. The studio's management has come under scrutiny following a second mass layoffs within a year. And now many former employees are laying the blame solely on CEO Pete Parsons because he's a piece of shit asshole. The aforementioned report, that's not Sermina, that's me. The aforementioned report comes from veteran journalist Stephen Totilo. Sorry, we're cursing too much. It was in my heart, it was in my soul. And if
Don't
I let that in for
apologize.
too long,
Don't
it's
you
going to age me.
dare fucking apologize. There's the report.
Oh! Oh, God, Evil Kyle's here. He's here to stay. The employee reckons that Sony overpaid for Bungie after the studio misled PlayStation Marker by selling, quote, things that were just not able to deliver, unquote. While Destiny 2's final shape has been wildly praised, Tortillo also has been told that the latest cuts were planned long before the expansion. That I can understand. That's usually the case. What's even more interesting is that it seems like Bungie was a bit desperate to strike a deal with Sony. One of Tortillo's sources said that if Bungie hadn't been acquired, it may have gone bankrupt. An alternative history is insolvency, they said. Oh man. Also, there was a project Payback that was canceled, but it was never Destiny 3. It was a third-person solo like spin-off.
Okay.
It's just really wild that a Destiny 3 was not in production at all, and that we're gonna see smaller updates from Destiny from this point on. No Destiny 3? It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It seems like everything is on Marathon. And God bless it. I thought the Marathon trailer vibes were giving me good vibes, but it seems like everything's on Marathon. Man,
Weird.
Pete Parsons. Oh, will he? Here's a question for the audience: will Pete Parsons see the gates of heaven? Yes or no? Because he really
Let's
ruined
put that
so many
poll out
people's
there.
lives.
Kind of like
Yeah.
my chicken pizza topping poll.
Please, will Pete Parsons see the gates of heaven? Let me know. The magic 8 ball for me is saying doubtful. All right. Kyle,
Yeah.
it's time for what you've been playing. What you been playing, dude?
Like I mentioned, Balatro. Owen fell asleep on me yesterday, so that was the only game that I could actually play while he was sleeping on my chest. God, it's so good. it's
so good.
Even after like Jayla came down to take him upstairs, I was like, man, I'm so close. Let me do one more run. I think I've got this new deck, understood like what the strategy is. Let me keep trying. and I got close, failed every time, but such a good game. If you haven't heard Joe go full 180 on me from what I talked about this earlier in the year, and you're like, there's no way this game can be any good. Seriously, this game is so good.
So
Please
good.
play Balatro.
It is the game of the year. Like I'm telling you right here, right now, it really
It
is.
1,000,000% will be a nominee for Game of the Year on the Trophy Rewards.
And I will,
Hands
I
down.
will advocate for it to win.
Hands
Can't
down.
stress this enough.
Also been playing Tomba.
How is it?
It's finally back. I have 100% cleared the game. It's only like you could do it in like 4.5, 5 hours. So it's
Oh
a
wow, okay.
it's a quick thing. That game is so special to me and one of my earliest favorite games from PlayStation 1. It is so faithfully recreated. In this one, it has all the filters you would expect from like a remaster, where you could play it like it looks on the old CRT, the remaster graphics, the audio for each. What I love that Limited Run does in most of the games that they actually publish is they add like a museum. So like you can go in and look at all the old like magazine ads from, you know, different regions. You can look at all the different covers of the game, character art. It's just a massive love letter to this game, and I love Tomba so much. I'm glad that it's getting a resurgence. I'm glad they've already announced that the second one is going to be getting the same
Nice.
treatment, I think, next year. My only problem with this is that there is a bugged trophy, and I can't get the platinum because it's bugged. Also, after I 100%ed it,
Yeah.
I go to
Now,
quit game, and the game crashed. My save file got corrupted, and the only other save that I had, I lost like 3 hours of progress. And
Gotcha. I was gonna
all
say,
the
can we go
stuff-
back for the plat?
I mean, I could do it all over again once they fix the trophy if I wanted to. Most likely I will, just because the game means so much to me. It's just a bummer. It's just a bummer.
Fair, fair.
And then I put in here secret game.
Oh yeah.
It's not really like, you know, an upcoming like fancy thing. Today I restarted Ghost of Tsushima.
Hey, look at this guy. Look at this beautiful son of a gun.
It's something that I've wanted to do. I want to play the Iki Island expansion really bad. I have not played it yet. God, that game's so good.
So good.
It's
So
so that
masterful.
opening, top 5 opening in any game of all time.
Oh God, it's
That
maybe
title
top-
sequence, oh my God.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think it's the best title sequence. I think it's the best title I think top 3. I think at least top 3.
Oh yeah, sure.
What I'm thinking right now is like, if we're talking openings, The Last of Us, obviously, part 1.
Sure.
Skyrim,
Okay.
it's iconic, dude.
Yeah, it
it's
is
so
iconic.
iconic. You know. Oh, it's about time you woke up. You know, and then Ghost of Tsushima right there, man. Oh my god.
I mean, let's put Alan Wake 2 in that as well.
I mean,
Like the way each chapter ends and it's like a TV episode and you get like
Yeah.
credit scenes or whatever.
man.
So good. What a good game.
We don't deserve good things.
We
Like,
don't. We really don't.
2023.
We're spoiled.
What are we doing?
We're spoiled.
Baldur's Gate, Resident Evil,
Oh,
Dead Space,
oh,
Spider-Man 2,
whew,
Alan Wake 2.
whew.
Oh my god. Go play video games. What are you doing? Listen to the show.
Exactly. Go play Shadow of the Earth Tree. What are we doing here?
Oh my god, man. That's awesome. I gooned too hard with Shadow of the Earth Tree. I don't think anything's gonna hit harder after
Mm.
that.
You say
God
that
damn.
Astrobot's like 3 weeks away.
And then I made a tweet today. I'm
I
like,
know. I
these
saw.
are
I was like, how dare
I'm
you
like,
forget
how
Astro?
how did I forget Astrobot? That's the game I'm most excited about. What am I doing with my life
Yeah.
here? But I mean, like, come on. I heard, you know, the previews for Space Marine 2. Oh, it made me want to go and pick up Space Marine 1.
Mm.
It's anywhere between $35 to $60 though. So I'm like,
Ah.
yikes. Yeah.
That's PS3
No way you could platinum
360
it, too.
only, right?
Yeah. That's I'm pretty sure that's the last game I played on Xbox 360. I think one of.
That's got to be one of the backwards compatible games on X, right? On the Series X, it's got to be.
Someone let me know. Oh, but they turn off the store?
Oh, I don't
I
know.
think they may have turned off the store.
That's a bummer.
Thanks a lot, Obama. All right. Well, no, it's on Steam,
Yeah,
right? It should be out, right? It's PC.
it should.
Maybe I'll crack open this, my Steam.
Maybe. Do you still have your
probably
Steam
won't.
Deck?
I'm about to sell it. It's the battery's being a little finicky.
play that before you sell it.
But it's being a little finicky.
Okay.
So I might as well get all the mustard out of it.
Hey, shout out to Solar Flare in chat. Thanks for these
Yeah.
shows. I really enjoy Joe and
Oh,
Kyle.
thank you.
2 thumbs up. Hey, thanks for watching.
Hey, you're awesome.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
Solar Flare. Nisa says 360 games are in the Xbox store.
There you go.
Nisa, let's do a little bit of research to help us here live on the show. Is that, well, I don't even have an Xbox, but like I would rent like a Series S for this.
You
You
don't
rent,
have a
quote,
Series
unquote.
X anymore?
I have no use for it.
That's fair.
Don't come at me, Xbox fans.
No,
Okay,
I mean, listen,
I-
that's the thing they tout so much. You don't need a console
Yeah.
to play the Xbox.
you're right. I'm doing exactly what they tell me to do.
Exactly. You are following the marketing. You're doing
No,
exactly.
No console, no
everywhere.
problem.
Game Pass is the best deal in gaming. Cloud
Nisa's
gaming
response.
is here.
I'm not turning on my Xbox. Oh no.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Oh God, we're having fun. Yeah, no, I've been playing a stupid amount of Balatro. Just stupid amounts. And then I played Thank Goodness You're Here.
Oh, okay.
And here's what I'm gonna say. It's very controversial.
Uh-huh.
So thank you for coming. We talked about it a little bit last week, but essentially, it is a British comedy, the likes of like if Smiling Friends were like overly British, and really liked Monty Python. This is what this game would be. It's pretty much you're solving one big giant puzzle, and you're doing that by traversing the world, exploring each little part of the little British town,
Mhm.
and slapping things and jumping on things to
Yeah.
solve the puzzles.
Yeah.
And there's old comedy bits in between. I thought it was fine.
See, okay, I'm glad I'm not alone. Like, there are some really funny characters, but I think a large portion of it just didn't hit with me.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's doing so well critically. I'm glad people are loving
Yeah,
it.
no, I'm glad people are loving it. I was able to buy it on the store for like $16.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't butter my biscuit. And the one thing that does piss me off was there was also a first off, it takes like 3-4 hours to beat.
Yeah, it's
But
quick.
there was a glitched trophy, so I was not able to get the platinum. And that actually really pissed me off more than I think it should. But yeah, no, it was funny. It was like not the funniest thing I've ever played. Like
Did you at
Borderlands
least-
is still funnier.
Did
I
you
don't know.
at least enjoy the guy whose chimney you kept coming down?
Oh yeah, that was funny.
That's like
yeah.
my favorite bit.
Yeah, it's like okay, yeah.
I
no,
finally
that was
cleaned
funny.
up, and then there you go.
And then, there you go. Yeah, no, and then like the fish with the cigarettes, that's funny. But other than that, yeah, okay.
Yeah. Matthew
Fair
Berry
enough.
was great, but again, he's not
That's-
in it
He has
as
like
much
4
as I
lines.
would love. So yeah.
Yeah. Hey Kyle, are you holding on to something?
I am actually. This is a little show and tell.
Yeah.
Look what I picked up.
Oh, you got it. Phantom Liberty. Oh my God, Cyberpunk 2077.
I got it
Phantom
physically.
Liberty.
Granted, I have the PS4 disc, but like,
Yeah.
look at this
No,
cover.
that-
Are you kidding me?
Honestly, can I tell you something? I've been kind of tempted to buy that.
Yeah.
Just for the
but
cover?
I think you're gonna like this other game I bought.
Tell me. Let me see.
I finally found a copy.
Tell me.
This thing is incredibly hard to find physically. It's sold out pretty much everywhere that I could see.
Ooh. Okay. Oh.
Tell the people.
Everybody.
Tell the people.
Everybody, he has Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, Game of the Year edition. Physically, oh my God.
It's here,
You're
baby.
gonna be so frustrated for a good few hours. And
I
then
don't
when
care.
it clicks,
I don't care.
Kyle,
don't
when
care.
it clicks, you're gonna be like, oh my God, this is one of the best action games I've ever played. This is great.
Because like I think I told you like a month ago that
Yeah.
I've wanted to buy it physically, but it was either sold out everywhere or it was still like $50.
Yeah.
It's just like it's so strange. And it was on sale digitally during the summer sale, but I'm like, no, I want it physically.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy to have
Ah.
it now.
Oh man.
Maybe I will
Excellent.
play that before the onslaught of new games in a few weeks. Who knows?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
God, you're about to play a masterpiece. You don't even know yet.
know.
Okay. Hey, listen. We got a whole bunch of games. All right. I know I usually do a voice, but Acid Reflux
Yeah, it's
really hitting me
It's the
hard.
latest and greatest in PlayStation coming out on the storefronts this week.
Yeah. So Bleak Faith, Forsaken, August 6th. These are all August 6th.
Yeah.
Sergi, All Guns Blazing, Eden Genesis, Pepper Grinder.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about nabbing that.
Our
15
patience
bucks.
has been rewarded.
Let's go. Volgar, the Viking 2, on August 7th.
Can
Caddy.
Can I really
Yes.
quickly talk about Volgar the Viking 2?
Sure. Is this one of your games?
It is not. But I saw briefly on Twitter that the dev was extremely understanding over the IGN review.
Oh,
And it didn't do well, I think, review wise.
okay.
But the dev was like, listen, don't spew hatred towards the reviewer or IGN. They're just doing their jobs. I
Yeah.
understand what they were doing. I agree with some of their points. It's totally fine. And I love that mentality of like, yeah, I think most game devs know what type of game they have in there, and I just want to put that out there that I love how that kind of
Yeah, a lot of people when
unveiled.
and just to echo that just a little bit like longer, there's just like a lot of people think that like, oh, the review scores, oh, like this is like they always fight over the numbers. Most devs kind of understand. They of course they want to make a really good game, right?
Absolutely.
But like you'd be surprised how many devs know what type of game that they have. And they're trying to make the best game, but they're like, yeah, I think it's gonna fall in this range, right? And it's awesome to see someone go, no, 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 guys, don't yell at them. This is just their job. This is, they make good points. These are like sometimes you figure out a problem and you go, oh, we're too
So-
long into development. This is
yeah.
gonna be for the sequel. Yeah,
So here I pulled up his tweet because I wanted to get his words.
please.
And Mitchell Saltzman at IGN is the one who I believe reviewed it. His name is Chris Derschmidt at Volgar with 2 R's on Twitter if you want to read it. Yes, I saw the IGN review. I will say this only once. It's valid. It's important to read multiple reviews to find a champion that shares a similar voice to yours. Things you didn't like item by item are the very things others adored. You may agree or not agree, but we all have a voice and we should read multiple reviews to get varied perspectives and see how they best align with you. Please do not harass people to give scores you don't agree with. And then Mitchell replied to that saying, appreciate this and you, Chris. And then Chris replied, yeah, man, the hate shit has to stop. You did great. Not my preferred outcome, but 100% valid. And I feel like this is the energy I want more people to have.
Yep.
When it comes to review scores. They're just doing their jobs. And again, that's why we preach you find people that you agree with, that speak to you on a game level. It's why I love Michael Huber so much. He speaks to me in my soul. And that's why I like Kind of Funny. I like Greg. I like Bless. I like Andy and Tim. I love their takes on games that I love. And that's why I trust them when they review games.
Yeah.
And it's important for
100%.
y'all to find those people and not just look at a number like, oh, this game's bad or good.
Couldn't agree more. Arcade Paradise VR comes out August 8th. Cat Quest 3 Cultist Simulator. I just think of the line from The Office. Sometimes it's funny when sometimes it's just better when you're a member, not a leader. Dark Sword Battle Eternity, Dead Age 2, Deathbound, Honeyland,
Komaju.
Komaju Remelia,
There you go.
Scarlet Symphony, Princess Maker 2, Regeneration,
Oh, God.
Steam World Heist 2.
Hell yeah.
That time I got reincarnated as Slime Isaki Chronicles.
So, Joe, what's the name of the game, though? I don't want to hear about the time you got reincarnated as a slime. What's the name of the game?
Isaki Chronicles?
No, that was a failed joke. Yes,
Oh.
that is the name of the game, but I thought the joke was you were speaking out of experience.
Oh. I mean, listen, we all wake up as a slime one day. Bowling in a skate park, August 9th. Graviators and roller wheels on August 10th.
Hoo-wee.
Ooh-wee. Tons of games coming out.
Yeah.
Now it's time for the last segment of the show, but our favorite segment, and it is time for the Sony Pony Express.
Yeah.
That's right.
Darth Stridius writes in, or Stridius. If I had to create a Suicide Squad out of video game characters, who would you pick? Not allowed using the Suicide Squad video game characters.
Fair. Let's do this. I think number one, we have to get characters that we feel like complement the characters of the Guardians, right? So like to me, I want to know what you think here.
Mm-hmm.
For Drax, it's Kratos. No.
Okay,
No.
hold on.
Okay.
You are confusing Guardians of the Galaxy and Suicide Squad.
Oh shit.
Suicide
yeah.
Squad are like villains that
What am I
we
doing?
don't
First
care.
it's Staten Island and Long Island. Shit. Okay.
Suicide Squad are like characters that if they die, they die.
Right.
But they're talented enough to do the thing. And obviously, first and foremost, Sephiroth is on that team. Sephiroth is the leader of the Suicide Squad.
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yes. Then for some reason, oh my god, what's his name? Far Cry 3 villain.
Oh, Vaz?
Vaz has
Vaz
to
is
be
good.
on there.
Vaz is good.
Vaz is a real low life degenerate. Also, shout out Todd Oxtra in the chat. What up,
What
my
up,
friend?
Todd?
Who else? Who is gonna be? Can we put Ada Wong in it?
Ooh, no. Hey,
Okay.
Ada's like,
A little bit of good, a little bit of bad. Gives me a little Harley Quinn energy, maybe because I
Yeah,
find them both incredibly attractive.
maybe.
Yeah.
The one I thought of is oh my god, Higgs, Death Stranding. Troy Baker's character.
Oh, I take everything back.
I like
Yeah,
Higgs would fit.
We got 3 in there. So Vaz, Sephiroth, Higgs. Oh my goodness.
There's no. Actually, wait, no. What is specifically the villain in Burning Shores Horizon? What is his name? Or is he just too powerful?
Mustache Man.
The Sam Witwer of it all.
Yeah, Sam Witwer of it all.
Maybe not him then.
No, not him. He's not memorable enough. Gray mustache, but not memorable enough.
Yeah.
God, can I put an Xbox character in here?
Sure.
You wouldn't understand it, but like, you know how you always have like the brains of the operation, like the person that's like really good at math to like
Sure.
understand the schematic. 343 Guilty Spark. He's my little ball boy. I would love 343 Guilty Spark in there.
Allowed.
Yeah.
There you go.
2 more for you.
He's gonna try to activate a ring. It's gonna be real weird. Uh-huh.
Oh, 3 more actually.
Okay.
Handsome Jack, Borderlands 2.
Okay. Yes.
Oh my god, I just had it. Oh, Lady Maria from Bloodborne.
Oh my God. Yes. Maria.
And then
Yeah.
number 3.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it just left my head.
I mean, a From Software character does make sense. We don't want to overload it. So like,
Yeah.
wait, can I put one in there?
Bug
I wanna-
the evil Bug Sex character.
Never mind. In it. So we got Bug Snacks. We got Sephiroth. We got Higgs. We got Vaz. We got Handsome Jack.
We got Lady
We got
Maria.
Lady Maria.
What is this?
We
Some
got
sort
it
of
all.
Suicide Squad? I feel like it.
And we got 343 Guilty Spark. Oh my
That's a good
God.
question, Darth. Appreciate it.
Yeah. And then for the throwaway characters that will die throughout, it's the writers of the Halo show. All right.
Ooh, yikes. Oh, and Lazarevich from Uncharted 2. M9 Prime. Question for the Sony Pony Express. Yeehaw!
Yeah.
So last Friday, my dog got skunked in my yard. Oh, God.
Ooh.
And after dealing with that, it got me thinking, what are your most
Okay.
hated negative status effects in games? Ooh, great.
Oh my
question.
God.
I
Every time
hate-
Miyazaki puts in a fucking swamp. You kidding me? Poison
Yeah.
all the time. It's so annoying.
Yeah. For me, it's blindness. In an
Mm.
RPG like old school Final Fantasies, where I go pretty much full melee builds. Those are the characters I like to use. It makes them useless, and I hate it so
Yeah.
much. Same thing
Yeah,
with like
when you-
silence, where like you silence a magic character and they can't cast spells. What are we
It's
doing
like, go
here?
to hell.
What
Yeah.
are we doing? I hate you.
Yeah. No, yeah, blindness sucks. I'm thinking of Pokemon.
Logan, great one.
What do you say? What do you say?
Encumbrance.
Oh my God. We should talk about like is it the 7 deadly sins? We should talk about the 7 deadly things that like piss us off in games.
Oh, I like that a lot.
Yeah, encumbrance, poison, blindness, silence. Those 4 right off the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Poop.
This is a
what
Final
else?
Fantasy specific one, but being turned
Oh.
into a frog. Fucking hate it.
Weapon damage, weapon durability.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Toss that
That's a good
shit
one.
out. We don't need that anymore. We're so past it. Turning into frog, that's 6.
It's
We
not
got
really.
one more.
It's not really a in-game status effect, but not being able to save anywhere you want, like when we were
Yeah.
younger, that sucked.
What's that about? What's that about? Yeah, those are
Paralysis.
Those piss me off.
That doesn't really
Yeah.
happen too much outside of like Pokemon.
No, because then when you get stunned and you're the only one left, you're like, okay, fuck me, I guess. I'm just gonna get.
yeah.
They're just gonna wail on me till I'm dead.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that pisses me off.
Yeah.
Good question. That's great.
Todd says unskippable cutscenes.
And you're in a Kojima game.
Dormon says bleeding.
Bleeding. If it's just like you got hit a couple of times, then you start to bleed. That's a little bit more forgiving. Poison just nicks at you as soon as your toe hits the
Especially
swamp.
in a Miyazaki game. It's just
Son
slowly
of a
going
gun.
down.
It's like, come on, dude.
You know which one I hate in
What's
Elden
that?
Ring specifically?
Mm.
Is like the Death Blight.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
sucks.
that sucks, and it makes no goddamn sense, and I hate it. Yeah.
It's awful. Ghetto Berry writes in, "Hey guys, following on from last week's ranking session on limited edition DualSense controller design based on games, what games in the past do you wish had a controller? And while we are at it, what games coming in the future would you like to see the controller designed after? Wouldn't it be sexy to have a Wolverine controller complete with ass cheeks? Why should Xbox have all the fun?" I'm ending with this this question with the song I can't get out of my head since watching the Deadpool and Wolverine film. Bye bye bye.
I love it. It
Um,
arouses me greatly.
what game in the past? I honestly, now that I'm a huge fan of it, give me a Bloodborne controller.
Right?
What would that would have been?
I'm glad you said it, not me.
That
I
would be
really like.
dope.
I know I said it last week, but like Horizon's such a missed opportunity.
Uh-huh.
That could have been a really fun controller.
Yep.
I'm thinking white or blue and like
Mhm.
subtle green. Yeah, get an Astrobot.
Yep. We've had a Last of Us one. We've
Yep.
even had an Uncharted one, although it
Yep.
was like very basic. We've had God of War, both of them.
Yep,
We've had that Death Stranding P yellow one, which is kind of cool.
it is piss.
I would love a FF7 one.
God, yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Why'd they do it for 16 and not 7?
I have a feeling maybe the last one in the trilogy will get it.
Oh, better.
I
All
hope.
calls a fit. Calls a fit. I'm looking back. Just seeing. Man, I would love a Mando controller. But I want something that is like a video game ass video game. Like nothing from like pop culture in here.
Oh, Ratchet and Clank is a great one, Todd.
God damn, yes.
That's a great one.
That'd be
honestly,
a fun one.
Could you imagine, Joe, if
Mm.
we got a controller based off all the characters in the party of
Oh
Baldur's
my
Gate 3.
God. Like each one's a theme. I would get the
Yes.
Karlach one so instantly.
Hands down.
I
Hands
know.
down.
I know. Light is playing currently, right? She's
Oh,
going through
yep,
a playthrough. I want to live vicariously through her. I
It
can't wait
just
to watch one of her
turned
streams.
1. Can you
Yeah.
believe that?
It's one of the greatest games ever made.
Good Lord
I hope Light
almighty.
is romancing Karlach, because if
Mm,
she's romancing anybody but Karlach, first off, Light, mind your business. That's my lady, okay? And she has permission to beat me up, not
I
you.
listen,
Okay?
Shadowheart is a beautiful relationship.
Yeah. They're all hot. What are we talking
They
about?
really are. Like,
Astarion bit me, and I'm like, maybe keep going.
except for Halson. I don't get the Halson hype.
Wholesome. Yeah, no, I don't get it either. Again, it's the whole bear thing.
He reminds me of like a tech teacher I had in high school. Like,
Yeah,
I don't get the vibe.
yeah. Again, and maybe one of the only things I share with RFK. I'm not a fan of bears. And yeah, so that's just not it for me.
Here's a controller that leads into the
Okay.
next question. From
Okay.
Captain Logan. So I'm gonna ask Logan's question first, and then I'll bring up the
Let's
controller thing. New update for Helldivers 2: Escalation of Freedom seems to not be hitting with fans. Is Arrowhead killing their chances of Game of the Year? Could you imagine a Helldivers controller? That'd be sick.
Oh, it'd be so patriotic.
It'd be
You kidding
so
me?
sick. I don't know. Have you jumped into this?
I have not jumped
I have
back
no
in.
idea.
I do hear it's like, people really wanted like bigger, like I think people really wanted urban areas.
Sure.
And they didn't get really new biomes or whatever
Okay.
have you. And that's why people feel a little bummed out by it. But it's definitely something I'm gonna jump back into.
Okay.
I'll
Do you-
report back next week.
Do you think that, to Logan's point, is this update killing any chances to be nominated later this year?
No, I think it's still a great game.
Yeah.
I think it's still a really great game. So I would say no. I think it's still in my top 3 for sure.
Sure.
No
Uh,
Belatra though.
No Belacha. Dewani Rockstar writes in, the Olympics are on. Because there are no gamer
Last question, by
medals-
the way. Last question of the,
Oh,
of the
gotcha.
night.
Because there are no gamer medals, though I believe there are plenty of people trying to get it in there. What event of the current crop of events are you each bringing home the gold in?
I'm gonna have no problem with the vault. The vault. What's it, the vault jumping? The pole vaulting. Yeah, there you go. Oh, that was a good one.
What could I bring the gold? Okay, Dewani, I don't know if you're in chat still.
No reason, Ryan. No reason why.
Is this like something that we have trained for? Or like I could just show up to the Olympics in my current state and bring the gold home in something?
If I get up out of this chair too fast, I'm gonna feel faint. You know?
Because there are two that I feel like if I was in better shape, I probably could do. I could see myself doing it, maybe in another life.
Mhm.
Current state today. Thank you, Dewani. I take that back. Honestly, though, I'm pretty good at basketball. I have a great shot.
Oh,
I'm not saying I'd play on the USA full court basketball. I'd
Right.
play in the 3-on-3. I think I would do very well in the 3-on-3.
Honestly, I think I would give the Koreans a run for their money at the shooting stuff.
Sure.
You saw the
I saw the
cool
memes.
glasses they got on,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and then like the one Turkish guy that just brought like
Yeah.
sweatpants and
Yeah.
a tee, and he's like,
Uh-huh.
I wear prescription.
And then they
I'm gonna get number two.
showed an Instagram post of his with his cat, and they're
Yep.
like, if something happens to that cat, we've got John Wick on our hands.
We got a good solid 4 movies.
The other one, if I could train and whatnot, Greco-Roman wrestling.
Oh, okay. You know, I think I could be a good shot. I think I got it. Watch me.
Bam.
You got it.
You saw me. I held it in. I held my breath.
Yeah.
Said, Mother Mary, Lord is with me. Pew. You know, say the prayer like a band of brothers or whatever.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, Saving Private Ryan, but you get it.
Nisa,
Close
no,
enough.
the 3-on-3 is hard, but I played basketball for years when I was younger. So I think I could handle it. Just I'll stand at the top of the key. Pass me the ball. I'll just shoot threes all day.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
this.
Well, listen, Kyle, that has been the trophy room this week. Thank you, everybody, for your questions. Thank you so much, chat, for being all lively and such. Thank you all so much. If you liked what you heard on this episode, please consider subscribing, whether you're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, on YouTube, wherever your service of choice. Please consider rating us a 5-star review on Apple, on Spotify, and ringing that bell and hitting like on YouTube. It really does help us out. When we say ratings help, it really does help catapult the show and put us on, sometimes the front page of those things. So it really does help us out if you could. And it only takes a second of your time. And if you want to support us even further, head on over to patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. Again, reason why we look so good, we sound so great, is because of your patronage over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. We would not be able to do this show without your support and our beautiful channel members like Nisa that's in the chat right now. Thank you very much. Again, I've seen the request for the Gooner gear. Gooner gear is coming. Patience is a virtue. Also, Goon to the Moon. Give me more ideas for Goon to the Moon. I remember we had some ideas, and I'll be honest, ADHD kicked in. I forgot those ideas. Send me those ideas in the Discord. Okay, we're gonna have fun with this one. Goon to the Moon merch. It's coming in time. Kyle Stevenson, there anything you want to spotlight before we get on out of here?
Myself, Mr. K-Set, pretty much everywhere. Go follow all the indie game coverage stuff that I do over at 61indie.com. That's 61indie on Twitter and pretty much everywhere as well on YouTube. We just filmed our section of the showcase this past weekend in New York City. It was a great time. I'm excited for y'all to check out the show on September 19th. It's going to be a good time. And yeah, appreciate you all very much.
Yeah, thank you all so much for coming in, tuning in, listening, watching, however you do it. I love doing the show each and every week, man. It's literally just my high point every single week. So thank you all so much for making this happen. You can follow me over at Mr. Badbit on Twitter. And you know what, guys? I found Threads and the vibes over there are immaculate. So Mr._Badbit on Threads. It's fun over there. Yeah. And just like, my little word to Elon, just like with, what he says to his advertisers, go fuck yourself, Elon. You've ruined the site. It sucks now. It's not fun anymore. Threads, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Maybe I'll try Instagram. I'll take a picture of my meal. I don't know. TikTok, perhaps in time. I'll learn. I'll be one with the youth. I think I can do it. Follow us where you follow us.
Hello, my fellow
Hello,
youth.
fellow youth. I listened to a Sabrina Carpenter today. Yes, espresso.
Yes,
I'm
I
never
do
going
have
to
that
die.
yacht in me.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes, Chapel Roan. What a sublime artist.
Yes, I do have that Riz.
Yes. Yes, I shall too go to the Pink Pony Club. A fine establishment. Everybody, with all that said, with all that out of the way, I don't know what I just said. Keep your wits about you, keep hunting, and keep playing PlayStation. See you guys.
Bye, I fucking love you. There's number 5. All right, we're off stream.